Right, everybody, let's get this stream started. I've set up now. It's gonna be not a long stream, but it will be long enough that we can get some stuff in. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, but yeah, we have a lot to talk about because clearly this season is wild, as per the title of the stream. So yeah, if you agree with me. What's happening? Is it echo? Is it echo? Is it better now? Is it still an echo, right? Okay, is it better now? Still echoing still? Oh, better now. Okay, cool. I was wondering, like, damn, okay. I thought I had messed up somewhere. Okay. No, we should be good now because I tested out some new settings, so linking up to other apps and stuff, so maybe my audio might have looks like it's repeating itself, but no, I'll just check to see, make sure that doesn't happen on stream, because obviously you don't want to hear double the same mic. So yeah, apologies for that, but luckily it's the start, so hopefully you can hear me now. Like I was saying, there's a lot to talk about because as per the title of the stream, the season is wild, and wild for the wrong reasons, because geez bro, like I don't even know where to start because I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody doing? It's been a few days since I last streamed. The last time I streamed, I was playing a tournament, a community tournament, like a friendly one, nothing too crazy, just like a 3v3 battle type thing. So we had to use like a structure deck basically from like the game already. So yeah, it wasn't like you could use meta decks. You had to pick like a structure deck and use that as a base. Like half of your deck has to be structure deck. So I went with Blue Eyes, just having something fun, nothing crazy. I actually did okay. I played 3 games. I won 1. I unfortunately messed up the second game because I misplayed, and then the third one I absolutely bricked because I used a card and they ashed, and that was a very good ash, and I had nothing else, so they ended up going for a combo, and that was it. So all in all, not too bad, but again, it was a fun tournament. The guys are pretty nice. We'll definitely have another stream like that soon, so if you want to check out, go look at the previous stream and see how that went. But yeah, definitely was fun. No, the thing is, it wasn't Blue Eyes, like pure Blue Eyes. It was Blue Eyes mixed with a lot of stuff, because obviously I know Blue Eyes being Blue Eyes, they like to, like you're saying, they brick a lot. So because my other teammate, he was also playing Blue Eyes, but he was bricking every single game. Like, I might have been kidding, he was literally bricking every single game. You can watch it back yourself. Like, he was literally bricking every single game. So I mean, that's kind of the downside. I mean, Blue Eyes is just a bunch of high level monsters, and they can't really do much on their own. Other cards have to work around it. So, but yeah, maybe next time we'll do better. But hey, at least I got a win, and it was quite nice because I went full combo and everything. So yeah, there was no way I was gonna lose that game. So at least I pulled off the combo. But otherwise, it is what it is. But yeah, if you guys want me to enter like other tournaments, not just like even the competitive ones or whatever, let me know. Then I might just do it, and then you'll see what the feedback is later, because I know people have been asking me in the past, like, don't you want to enter like competitive setup, like an actual tournament, especially Master Duel related, like just enter like a tournament, see how far you get, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll think about it. But anyway, yeah, I'm otherwise I'm fine, I'm okay. A bit stressed out, not stressed out for like wrong reasons or anything. Like, I'm health wise, I'm good, everything, but just that now it's the game, man. The game is stressing me out. I don't know why, but it's getting to the point where now I don't even know what to do, because I push so much, and then all of a sudden it's like Konami just slaps me in the face like, go back down. You know, like you know when you try to when you have a dog, you're trying to pat it down because it's misbehaving, like stay down, stay put. Like you're not supposed to be progressing further. So I don't know what to do. Because yeah. You're trying to get excited. Pack that. No. Stop. Don't get ahead of yourself too soon. So that's what it is. So what's been happening since the last stream, right? So normally I play some of the duels off stream, right? Just to, you know, obviously showcase you guys how far I am. Because obviously I like to show some duels on stream, especially for like, you know, some insights. Because a lot of times videos without like commentary and stuff, it's very hard to understand the play-by-plays, what am I thinking about, the certain combo lines I'm thinking about, and how the plays interact. Because you just see the final video and you're like, oh, okay, this guy broke a board, but where was the thought process? How did he think about that combo line, that one? How did he do this? So I try to do a balance. So some streams, so some duels I show on stream, some I don't, which is fine. But yeah, since that last stream, I've been dueling non-stop. Because obviously, what is the end goal? We're obviously trying to see how far we go. At least achieve master rank. At least, you know, not pushing master 1, just at least master 5 or something. But the game is saying no, because I tell you this now, I've reached diamond 1 2 times, and I've D-ranked 2 times. Not like, okay, you go in, you go out. Like literally, you go, because remember the last stream you saw I was at diamond 2, then I grinded all the way up to diamond 1, then I D-ranked down again to diamond to diamond 3, then I went back up to diamond 1, and then again back down. Now I'm at diamond 4 now, and you're like, what? How did you go from up all the way up there to down? Because you're supposed to be going higher. And I'm like, because the game is just like, I've been saying it a lot of streams, right? I've been saying it. If you're gonna tell me that the deck I'm playing is not viable at all, you are wrong. Because definitely, you guys have seen my videos in the past. If you've been a viewer on the channel before, you've seen the replays I've showcased. Marincess can handle the meta. The problem is you lose to stupid stuff. And when I mean stupid stuff, you're losing to the classic generic negates or generic extra deck monsters, or like something like that is just ridiculous. Like that, you know, definitely most decks cannot out, because our deck has restrictions, their deck does not. So already we had a disadvantage already. And number 2, like if you're going second most of the time, you know, it's quite difficult, because going second most of the whole time I was going second, I hardly went first. So even if I was ranking up, I was always going second. And if I didn't have a good hand, like to break the board, because obviously, you know, they're going to set up Omni Negates, they're going to set up, you know, SP, Barone, you know, all this weird stuff. I mean, Imperms, Veilers, those things are fine. Remember, the hand traps, those are standard in every deck. Those ones we can play around. Those we can deal with. But generic Omni Negates, because you know that's the only thing that is holding you from breaking this guy's board, is a Baron de Fleur there, or SP Little Knight, or the Promethean Princess in the Grave. Generic stuff, you know. So it's like the duel's going second. Sometimes you have the wrong hand, because that's a going first hand, but now you have to go second against a board which now you know for a fact you can beat, but now it's just they always have other stuff, you know. So it's like, and now you can't obviously side deck out cards because it's best of 1, you know. Because and here's the thing, Jim the Tomato, here's the thing, right? So you're saying sometimes you're unlucky. You know what unlucky is? Unlucky is when you run 3 copies of a certain card, but you're not even seeing that card often, whereas your 2 ofs and your 1 ofs, you are seeing that more often. And that's why I always tell people, it doesn't matter how you build your deck, whether you build 40 cards, 50 cards, or 60 cards. Even a 60 card deck can still top deck the 1 of Grass, or 1 of Feather Duster, or 1 of Raigeki. it is literally just luck of the draw, bro. I promise you. The people say, oh, like you have to play 3 copies of it. That is not actually true, because because if Limit 1 Festival taught you anything, it's just about deck creativity. That's all it is. Because you saw my video about Limit 1. I was breaking boards like no one's business. And by the way, that was with only 1 copy of each card. But I'm playing as if I have 3 copies in my deck. So definitely, it's not the fact that you can't play the game, but now the problem is the game is giving you weird hands, and now how are you supposed to deal with that kind of hand? Imagine you have an out to a certain board, right? Let's say, for example, you're playing against Kashtira. They are going to have, let's say, Kashtira Arizard, right? And they're going to go turn 1. They're going to set up a board. Fine. For a fact there's an out to it. You either have a Kaiju, or you have Dark Rune no more, or something like that. Or if you have Triple Tactics Talent, if you banish a card, it's going to trigger to attach a card, because it's a mandatory effect. So it will trigger talents. You can crash over something, and it's fine. But then now these guys are running Solemn Judgments and Summon Limit and all these weird cards, which normally these guys don't play. It's because the meta is bad. The meta has gone to a point where now even the Kashtira players, they're becoming more toxic than ever, which is kind of ironic, because they're already toxic by nature, but now they're just gone beyond toxic. Now they're playing Solemn Judgments, now they're playing Solemn Strikes. Imagine, I had Dark Rune no more. My going second hand was basically OTK, like literally 1 turn kill. I promise you, if I just had Dark Rune no more, he had Unicorn, he had Arizard. If I just Dark Rune no more, I would have easily won that game. But then he had Solemn Judgment. And on top of that, he also has Macrocosmos in the back row as well. So he's like, okay, cool, in case my Arizard dies, I also have a backup, a plan B. I'm like, bro, like what? I was just like, the game is just telling me I should not win these games, because it's like there's certain things that I know for a fact I can't deal with it, because my deck is weak to a lot of things. Because we're already power crept because we lose to normal summon. If they kill normal summon, you're done. You cannot do anything. If you're trying to break a board but there's Omni Negates there, it's a bit tricky. Obviously, it's about the timing of the Omni Negates. If they don't time it well, then yes, you can be like, okay, cool, I can play through it. But most of the time, there's an SP waiting, there's a Promethean, there's a Baron de Fleur, there's face down cards are called by Imperm. Okay, that's unfortunate. Like, okay, it is what it is. But it's just the Omni Negates, the generic stuff that is just, I don't understand. Like, certain decks just should not have access to it, because let's be honest, the only reason why those decks are good is because they're able to use all these cards, And then on top of that, now you add it also now with the Horus stuff. Horus is everywhere. Horus is actually one of the most easiest things to understand. Any new player can pick up Horus and just be like, okay, spam 4 monsters, and then that's it. The 4 monsters alone do a lot. And that's under Nibiru, by the way. Under Nibiru, 4 summon, that's all they need. They can still go second, and they can still go for game. Very easy. And now they're mixing it with other cards, which now makes it even more toxic, because now, imagine, now you're seeing Horus Naturia. Naturia is turboing out King Calamity. They never used to do King Calamity before. They used to be doing Runic Banish and those type of things. Now they're doing King Calamity Turbo. Naturia now can do King Calamity because now they have level 8s, and now they have a level 4 tuner. So now they can easily make level 12s. And now, if you don't have hand traps or Nibiru, specifically Nibiru, to deal with it, you're not winning that game. Outright. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, you can't win that game. I mean, I know most people cannot deal with King Calamity, but they're going to set up their board to make sure that even if you survive it somehow, you're not going to have a chance, like, really. So, I mean, already you lose on the spot, so you have no choice but to, like, okay, it is what it is. But then you get other duels where it's like, you're playing against, let's say, Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, we all know, Snake Eyes, the core of their deck is actually not that bad, because you can deal with it. But the problem is they have all these non-engine stuff, which the non-engine stuff is way more powerful than the actual monsters themselves. And it's like, how do you, now you have to worry about 5 different things And then on top of that, they also generate follow-up, which is just ridiculous because no deck should have that kind of follow-up. And on top of that, they could have a maxi in their hand going second or whatever. Even if you try and hand trap them, they always somehow have maxi in their hand. Always, somehow. I don't know. I've noticed that. So they might have established a board, but for some reason they always have a maxi. So you are trying to break the board, but now you have to worry about maxi, and then they're drawing cards, they're getting advantage. So you break the board, but then the next turn they're going to kill you because you've given them all the advantages in the world, and that shouldn't be the case, you know. So it's literally just been a roller coaster because I've gone from Diamond 1 all the way now to Diamond 4, but I've been at Diamond 1 twice, you know. And that is ridiculous, you know. And you might be asking, were my hands bad? No, my hands were good. I could actually like deal with the boards, but the problem is that there's just too many things. Remember, you can only deal with certain things, you know. Exactly like you're saying. Sometimes when you're going first, they always have maxi or my main thing is maxi sometimes is okay, and other times is not okay. Because the fact that the top decks have access to that on top of already, because remember those decks don't require board breakers. They don't need to play board breakers and those type of things, because we as the non-meta deck, we have to kind of play these board breakers, more hand traps, because now we can't deal with the omni negates and those things. They don't care about that. They can go full gas. They don't care because they know the deck's going to generate follow-up for them. So they can afford to, you know, have card space for other stuff. We now have to try and see, oh, where can we fit in some board breakers? Where can we fit in some cards? And the deck is not like it's impossible to break. You can definitely analyze the field and say, hey, if I deal with this, this, and this, I can deal with it. Obviously, if they have something in their hand, okay, that's unexpected. But most of the time, you're not losing because of the engine of the deck. You're losing to sometimes the non-engine, and especially Snake Eyes in particular. You're mainly losing to non-engine all the time, you know, because what you've dealt with let's say the Snake Eye Ash, you've ashed it or you impermed it or whatever. Oh, they top it up with Dear Bellstar. Oh, okay, cool. Now I've used all my resources on that. Or they're using Kashtira as a bait, which we know now Kashtira is no longer Kashtira bait anymore. It's like, okay, we know now. If you see them something Unicorn or Fenrir, they're either playing Snake Eyes or they're playing Tear or they're playing whatever. It's now a bait, you know. Unless you see another card, then you know they're playing Cash. But the fact is that some of these games do not make sense. And especially your hands is like, your hand can deal with it, but the problem is the opponent has so much extra advantage because they drew the God tier hands. And it makes them look like they are the best deck in the world. But actually, realistically, they are not the best deck in the world, because if you have to take away all these, you know they say simplify the game state. If you engine versus engine, I would say Marincess has a better engine than most. However, we are restricted because we have a lot of like restrictions, like I said. So that's the only thing holding us back. I promise you, if Marincess was not held back by restrictions, it will be easily a top tier deck. Easily. I 100% guarantee it. It will definitely be up there, because that's the only thing restricting us. We are having restrictions on our cards. Let's say we're locked into water monsters. If all of our monsters sit for the rest of the turn, then we'll be happy because we can do everything before, and it's it's fine. But now the problem is, there's one card in our deck that's literally saying you cannot play most of your non-waters because otherwise I can't activate my effect to search the most powerful trap in your deck, you know. And that's kind of like messing things up a bit for us, because we would like to play these cards, but now we can't. And if you're gonna play those cards, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna suffer the obviously the negatives of that. It's not Core Enemy, it's actually Koro Triangle, the Link 3. Koro Triangle is the one that is saying you cannot activate her effects during the turn you summon a non-water. So you must summon water only for her to activate her effect to search Marincess Wave. Because we all know, any Marincess player knows that Marincess Wave is your best card. You might think the field spell, but no, the field spell is not actually the best card. It's actually Marincess Wave, because that gives you the unaffected status even without the field spell. So, yes. So that's the problem. Actually, it's not even the fact that because the other monsters say for the rest of the turn. Marincess dive says for the rest of the turn. Blue slug says for the rest of the turn. So you can do other things before that. But the moment you activate any of those cards, for the rest of the turn you are locked into water. But the one card on our extra deck says for non-water monsters, the moment you summon one of them that's non-water, you cannot activate or effect to either revive from the grave or search a trap. So that's not what you want to have. You want to have max advantage. So yeah, exactly. You see my point, because people think, oh, Ashing Sea Angel is all negating Sea Angel the problem. No, it's not, because we can play through it. There are duels where I played through a Vela, an Imperm, an Ash, and I still made a Link 4 with Wave. Like, just playing through the lines differently, but that's it. All depends on your hand, and you can still do it. But the priority is not always the field spell, and maybe that's a problem for me, because I see what the meta is doing. The meta is so easy to out field spells. Why? Because you have cards like SP, you have cards like Kaleido, you have cards like Dengursu, because Dengursu now is using all the level 8 spam decks to out certain cards. So really, the field spell is not really that good, because it can be easy out of, because unfortunately there's no protection. If the field spell just had a bit more protection, then yeah, I would actually play it more. But because there's no protection, at least you need to have other cards that will work without field spell. So field spell only works if your monster is unaffected. Then you don't have to waste a spell trap negate, for example, with Argonaut. Instead of now, you just deal with the monsters, because you have wave in hand, you sort it. But now you have to focus now on protecting your field spell. So anything that's threatening your field spell, which is like a Feather Duster or evenly matched or whatever, now you have to worry about that. But then you actually could be worrying about other things, you know. So there's a lot that you have to consider. And just to give you guys an example of what I mean, right? So let me see if I can show you that replay of like just showing you how, if you had this board, what would you do? Because now clearly, if you look at the thought process, then you will see it will more or less come to the same conclusion. So I'll just show you, right? So as you can see, I'm currently in Diamond 4 now, but you see I'm making myself back up again. So it's not like I'm losing constantly. I win some, and then all of a sudden I go on this weird streak where I just lose everything, because the game is saying I'm playing against stun players, I'm playing against cards which, you know, I don't have an answer to or whatever. And the hands are actually decent, but now it's just that you can't play through a lot. And you know, when your hand can't play through a lot, then it's saying the game says no, can't. So let me find a game that we can. I wish I had that snake eye duel there just to show you like what they're doing now, because it's like just weird. You know, where is that duel? Where is it? Because I can show you. I'll show you this. Look here. So can you see this win here at the bottom? This was at Diamond 1, right? So this was against a Horus. What is this? Horus Medalje, right? Like this was their. Imagine this was their rank up game to master, so I stopped them from ranking up, right? But then I think now that was like a curse, because now look what happened, because now I ended up losing all the way through. So if you look at this, look at this, Kastira, look at this. Kastira is now playing triple Solemn Judgment, triple Solemn Warning, triple Macrocosmos on top of all of their normal stuff. They never used to play these cards before, you know? But then, now how are you supposed to deal with that? And that's what I'm saying, because I had a Dark Ruler for this game, but then they had Solemn Judgment, and on top of that, they also had a Macrocosmos. So it's like, if you're going second against this board, most likely they have one of these on field. And I'm like, bro, there's no flipping way you're gonna out that, because the first thing you summon that has an out, they're gonna Solemn Judgment or Solemn Warning, then you're done. And because everything gets banished, it becomes tricky. If you play Dark Ruler, oh, they have a Judgment. If you play Duster, they probably have a cross out for it, because you see they prepare. They got a Feather Duster in there, so they probably got a cross out. And I'm saying, bro, like, how do you, if you're going second, and you know you potentially seeing a deck like this, how are you gonna win? Because they are literally ready for everything. If you shop a Rise Art, okay, we have Macrocosmos, we don't care. Because this is a permanent banish. This one's just a temporary. Even if you stop for one turn, it's permanent. But this is just like beyond toxic, bro. Like, I don't know why Kashira now is playing these type of things. I mean, the other cards we can deal with, you know? But this is not, this 9 cards is unnecessary, bro. Like, it's just really toxic. So you see, so you see, I'm still in Diamond 1, so I'm trying to tell myself, okay, cool, no, it's still fine. We can still have a chance to rank up. Because I think you have about 4 losses and then you have a rank down game. Then you can now see if you can still survive. But look, I'm literally going against the ranks. This duel here was against, look at this, Horus Naturia going second. They obviously turboed out King Calamity because they have Crimson Dragon and a level 12. Once you have that combo in the draw phase, turbo out King Calamity, game's over. Right? So, and unfortunately, I did not have Max C. I did not have hand traps. I did not have anything, unfortunately. And that's the thing. Especially with this deck, right? Where are you going to stop them? Only Nibiru stops this deck. That's the only thing that stops this deck. So if Horus Naturia is going first, if you better have Nibiru in your hand, otherwise, that's it. Because, trust me, if you have Maxi, they most likely have an Ash in their hand. So the best thing that will save you is Nibiru. So I lost because of, again, King Calamity, which is just, again, a gimmick. You know, it's not even actually played in the deck it's supposed to be played. It's just played in the non-Red Dragon Archfiend deck, you know, which is weird. You know, because any deck can turbo this out, because now the Horus cards have made it so much easier to turbo this card out. So Naturia has moved from Runic, which was already kind of toxic in a way, but still playable. But then now they got King Calamity lock very easily, you know. So that's what you see. So the 2 games, like I'm like, okay, I'm clearly now not on the path to win. Then this game here, what was this game? Oh, this game here was literally just turboing out Trishula. They literally summoned Trishula, and they banished my 1 card which I could have stopped him, which was evenly matched, going second. Not just all these duels were going second. I never went first, by the way. So the cards which I knew I had to stop, I could not stop. So in this game against Punk, they literally turboed out Trishula, and now they sniped my 1 evenly matched. 1 evenly match. I was like, this game is saying no, because clearly I'm not supposed to be winning this game. If it's supposed to be a random banish, they sniped the 1 card that outs it. You know? Have you seen Runic Bastille? I mean, I've seen it. I think it was shown in a I think DK's tournament. I mean, if you know DK, he's pretty much popular in the whole Macedool like community and stuff. So I think the Bastille deck won the whole tournament, I think, recently. So I mean, it's a good deck, but I mean, what's the problem with that deck? The problem is it outgrinds your opponent, because you're banishing top cards off their deck, and also you're getting advantage on your side. So for them, it might seem fun to them, but in reality, it's basically a toxic deck as well, because anything with Runic is not good, basically. You know, because you're banishing cards and also getting advantage. So, because the 1 cards that you can out, they're just banishing your deck and you're just getting advantage. So I assume that's what Bastilles are doing, especially with their branded regained on the field. That thing is just drawing cards, banishing, summoning Bastilles, turboing out stuff. So I definitely see why that's a good deck. And obviously it's a deck no one really can out, because again, all your stuff is getting banished. While they're activating your cards, all your stuff is getting banished. So your resource game is just deplenishing. So, and they have infinite resources. So I definitely understand that. So as you can see, my matchups are not because the thing is bad, it's just because I'm losing to small things, you know. And then now I come to this game here. Where's this game? Yeah, again, Snake Eyes. But again, Snake Eyes, not because of they established a board. All they had was SP Little Knight and Promethean in the Grave. That's it. The rest of the board I wasn't worried about. I was worried about this and that. But of course, they always have Maxi in their hand. So it's like, okay, you're trying to break the board, but now even if I break the board, you're gonna have some follow up as well. And they played this random card as well, the Angle Candle. I was like, when I saw this card, I'm like, really? Snake Eyes can literally play anything, and they'll still be able to do full board. And also, by the way, this card here is absolutely ridiculous. Like this card should not be. This card is crazy. Bonfire is probably like I think it's a mistake, because like no one was giving a damn about pyro monsters. Now all of a sudden there's literally a rota for pyro monsters, and this card literally gives them extenders. It's an extender and also a starter. So like you try and hand trap them, you break them both, but they know on the next turn, okay, cool, if I have a bonfire, I can still combo off. I have follow up with the original Sinful Spoils. I have follow up with the Wanted. Like, dude, I don't know. I don't know. Konami doesn't want to learn, bro. Like, everyone's complaining about how can you make a deck so generic, but you give them access to a follow up in the form of Sinful Spoils, Wanted, because obviously Diabell Star is part of the Snake Eyes thing, so why not? You give them an out like this Simple Spoils of Subversion, this weird card, you know, which just gives some weird interaction, because now you can't, once you put the card in the spell and trap zone, most decks can't interact with it. Now fortunately Marincess in a way can interact with it, but the problem is most decks cannot interact with this thing, because now your main monster is in the spell and trap zone. How do you get it out? You have to destroy it by somehow, or use Droplet or something. Like, I don't know. Like, this is not Snake Eyes. If I take away all these non-engine stuff, this is non-engine. If you tell me Bonfire is engine, no, it's not. It's non-engine, because this is like additional cards to search your main cards. So it's not actually part of the Snake Eyes things, you know, because like I don't know. Anyway, so I was already like, okay, cool. I D-ranked, so I'm like, okay, it's fine. We're gonna carry on. So now we're in Diamond 2 now. It's literally rare, exactly, Rota for any fire deck, because fire decks normally play pyros. So it's like, okay, I can play Snake Eyes in any fire deck because it's giving me a link between that and, you know, anything else. The same thing with you notice why Reinforcement of the Army is, which is aka Rota, the reason why it's limited to 1, because it literally searches any level 4 or lower warrior monster. That's literally any warrior monster in the game. And warrior is actually the more popular archetype according to the stats, the number of cards and everything. Like warrior is the most supported. So it's limited to 1 because it's too broken. But literally Pyro have like literally a 3-copy unlimited infinite range, basically, which you can only activate 1 per turn. But that doesn't matter. The fact that you have a potential follow-up or a starter is a big issue, because most decks don't have that kind of luxury, you know. So anyway, then I go into some duels. Okay, I'm in Diamond 2 now, and I play against a D-Shifter. Bro, D-Shifter in Snake Eyes. Imagine, I'm losing to D-Shifter. I'm not even losing to Snake Eyes. I'm losing to D-Shifter. I kid you not. They had D-Shifter, they had Cash, Unicorn, they had the field spell, and then they set up Snake Eye Ash, and I'm like, really? How are you? I don't understand, bro. Like, your deck is already good. You don't need Shifter in your deck, bro. I promise you, Snake Eyes does not care about, like, you don't need this card, but because they can play it, they're like, why not? It doesn't really hurt them too much because they have a broken field spell that gives them boost 1,000 attack. Level 1 fires, so generic, by the way. Not even Snake Eye monsters. I mean, just so generic anyway. And also, this card interacts with your opponent's spell and traps. Like, it's supposed to be for yourself, but now you can push a monster. You can push your opponent's monster, then you can steal their monster to your field. I'm like, how is that balanced? You know, it's like now you have the field, you have the graveyard, you have your hand, and also you have the opponent's spell and trap zone as your like interruptions, basically. I was like, what is that? Anyway, weird. Okay, then I'm playing. I'm playing some cards. Then I'm playing against this type of decks. You see these type of decks. these Paleozoic spam decks just for Daruma Karma Cannon and Elemental Burst with transaction rollback. Bro, I don't understand. Like, and the thing is, going second against these decks is a problem because why? They summon these level 2 Xyz monsters, which makes them activate trap cards from their hand. So now you're trying to break the board, but you can't because they literally have the exact out that you need. And by the way, this guy drew grass that's greener. By the way, grass that's greener. So obviously I hand trapped the soldier dragons because it turbos out a level 2 dragon, which is Laundry Dragon Maid, which will search 3. So I veiled them, but then they use they had grass that's greener, and they milled all the right cards. Triple rollback, almost all the Paleozoics, and on top of that, they also had Time Terry Morgan, and I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, this is not okay because transaction rollback is giving reason for all these cards. Literally, if transaction rollback didn't exist, it's a problem. And obviously, Labyrinth made it more popular because they can literally just activate their stuff twice per turn. So it kind of like bends the rules. It's like, okay, screw the rules, I have money. You know, Kaibo always says, okay, screw the rules, whatever. You know, that's kind of the meme, you know? That's just what transaction rollback is. Okay, screw the rules of copying the, I'm not activating the cost. I'm only activating the effect. So they can run cards like Elemental Burst because they're not tributing a wind, water, or fire, or earth. They're just activating the effect. So I'm like, what kind of card is this, bro? This is a... Literally, we don't care about the cost, we just worry about the effect. So now they can play these weird cards because they can, which is stupid. But anyway, so I'm losing to this because now transaction rollback is literally giving them, you know, the outs. And remember, we do have an in-out like destruction of protection and those things, but the problem is only once. Daruma, look, Daruma is it is what it is, right? It's another card that's just also a problem, but we won't talk about that now. All I know is that's it. Then this guy, Unchained. You see, look, Unchained, right? This guy used Gamma. This guy had Gamma in his hand. Even playing through Gamma, still was able to beat this guy because this guy does not read my cards, bro. I promise you, some of these players, they don't read cards. They don't read what Marincess Wave does. They don't read what Basilima does. So they're just thinking, okay, I'm gonna just combo off normally, but forgetting, wait, my monster's unaffected. They're summoning Anguish. Anguish is targeting the monster. Oh, not working. Soul of Rage. Oh, not working. Trying to summon Abomination, Abominable. Oh, not working. Like, what is that, bro? Have you ever got evenly matched by with transaction rollback? No, I have not. I've only been Daruma'd. Daruma. Well, if you talk about non-labyrinth cards, Daruma Karma Cannon, Trap Trick, Intertorrential Tribute, Compulse, which spins a card back, and Dogmatic Punishment. Yeah, those are most of the common ones I've been seeing. But Unchained, now you're probably thinking, how does Marincess have a good matchup against Unchained? Because remember, they destroy cards. If you're unaffected, you don't care about the destruction. They're actually gonna get punished if they don't read your cards. That's actually Unchained. So if you're a good Unchained player, then you know how to deal with it. But if you're not a good Unchained player, you're gonna get punished. So, and I have Basilima as well. So my priority, if I'm playing against Unchained, Labyrinth, any deck that likes to destroy stuff, like Promethean especially, if Basilima's in your graveyard, you don't care because you can combo off and you can be protected. So that I know is fine. So you see, I won this game. Okay, fine. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm still fine. Now I face against these decks, bro. Salamangreat, right? Now Salamangreat has Rage, Roar, and also they have Called By and Imperm. You know that because when they set 4 at the end of the turn, with a Pyro Phoenix, a Raging Phoenix, and a Code of Soul in the grave, do you think you win that matchup? Definitely not. I was like, is this what Salamangreat is doing now? And also, by the way, Promethean is also in the grave as well. Which again, this should not be a thing. Why is this just 2 effect monsters? It should be something that's not generic. You know? People don't care about this fire lock restriction. No one cares about this because this can be played around. Because fire decks will just play it, they link it off, and then it's fine again. You know? And then what I've seen, they like summoning the Weasel, and then they use the effect of Weasel, the Weasel to summon a monster on your field. So now they use Promethean on their turn, and then it gets Breaking Phoenix to like 5,000 attack or something like that. So they link summon 2 Phoenix, the Raging, the 2 Pyro, like, bro. And the fact that these guys have an Omni Negate, I'm not even going to talk about that, because that is something I wish Marincess had, but we don't have an Omni Negate. Because that's literally the thing that's making Salaman Great at least viable, because there's an Omni Negate that you can search, by the way. You can search it, because it's a card, and this literally searches a Salaman Great card, you know? Why doesn't Phoenix have a Salad Lock, bro? I also don't know. Because most of the cards don't have a lock. You see this card, Gazelle, doesn't have a lock. The Spinny doesn't have a lock. The Salamander of Fire doesn't have a... Okay, the Salamander of Fire does have a lock, because it says you cannot spell the first except fires, but no one cares, right? Because by that point, you've got full combo already. They got Speedroid Terratop, which is a wind monster. What is this for? This is a rank 3 Exceed into Mirage Stalio, which is, again, for the rest of the turn, after you activate the effect, you cannot summon they cannot activate effects of monsters like fire. Doesn't block you from summoning non-fires, just that you can't activate the effects. It's still broken, you know? But anyway, that's Salaman Great for you. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Then what is this day? Snake Eyes. Again, Snake Eyes with, by the way, a Baron, a Borreload, a SP, right? And a Promethean Engrave with Maxi on top of that. Going second. Remember, on all these duels, I've gone second. I haven't gone first. All these duels I've gone second, right? Then, like, bro, I don't even know. Like, where do we start? And then this guy here, the luckiest man on earth, bro. This guy had a very lucky duel, because he only had the Adventurer card. So I ashed the Mseti, right? The Mseti, which is this one. So I'm like, okay, fine, you ashed it. But then, unfortunately, this guy had the Castura Big Bang, because he obviously had the Xyz of no, it's not April, the April that I know that plays branded. He's just writing himself April. It's not April that plays branded, because that player is very good. He plays branded, doesn't play this. And if he did, I think he's in master rank already, so he's not even in diamond or whatever. So it's not April. So this guy was very lucky, because he had Castura Big Bang with the Shangri era, so he banished all my monsters, and then he just followed up with the Horus spam, and then that's it. Yeah, crazy, right? Then this duel was against Salad again, but this time he bounces my card with this card. I'm like, bro, how is this even summoned, bro? This is a dark monster, but you're playing a fire deck. He put this card in the grave because he had it off Cyan Mining, you know, because obviously it's a Cybers, right? So he searched it and he discarded it. I'm like, bro, okay, anyway, whatever, you know. And again, the classic Rage, Roar, because remember, this alone is very good disruption, because you can destroy up to 4 cards on the field, because they have a link 4 on the field. So that's good enough than a negate, because you're preventing them from doing your opponent from doing further plays. So up to 4 cards, that's pretty good. And on top of that, you have a Roar on the field and other stuff. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. You have it. And remember, it's all going second, because obviously going first, Salad has no chance. They don't have a chance. What does this do that I won? Oh yeah, this was against Fluffles, right? Like, they had Magnan the Reliever, the SP, all that, but I was able to deal with it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Not really important, because the fact that I'm in Diamond 3 now, it's just like, whatever. So now I'm still losing again, because Makanko, you know, being Makanko, of course, they have the exact card, Super Poly, by the way, Super Poly, because they have a water monster in their deck. Obviously they have a water monster, so my one link 4 plus theirs is Super Poly target for Moon Dragon, you know, because obviously it's a spellcaster and mine is a Cybers. So they're like, up Super Poly away, And then they went for game, of course. I'm like, bro, really? Alright. Again, generic. Super Poly is so generic. No wonder why this card was limited to, I think, 2 at some point, because this card is too broken. And the fact that they make more Super Poly targets, like Garura, for example, it makes Super Poly more viable. You know, before it was just Moon Dragon, and then the Earth Golem, and this one. But you see, this one we don't lose to. Dark Monsters, we don't play Dark Monsters. This one, we don't really play Dark Monsters. It's just Moon Dragon and Garura. That's the only problem that we have to deal with. You know? So, but yeah, that was Makonko. But Makonko is beatable. It's just that now you must just do not spam a lot of monsters, because they're gonna steal all of them and then spam. Alright. And where's this game now? This game was against they got what? Snake Eyes. Do I have this replay open? Oh yeah, the replay is there. Let me see if this is the replay I'm talking about, where they actually had Zelantis on the field. I think this is the one where they had Zelantis on their field, which is weird. I think this is a duel. I think so. Yeah, look at this. So look at this hand, guys. Look at this hand. This hand is great going second, because I have Dark Ruler, I have a Kaiju, I have Kashira Ogre, and I have 2 names. Right? So you're thinking, wow, this is going second decent, right? But now obviously if you're playing against a board you will see now, then you probably want to ask yourself, okay, how are we going to play through this? Card limits, you hear Dragon Ball's Universe King got his new DLC last night. I actually do play a lot of Dragon Ball, so we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Bellstar, of course. Yeah, they're gonna full combo. So let's just go to the end board before we talk about anything else. But yeah, Zelantis and Snake Eyes feels wrong. Yeah, it feels very wrong, because again, no restrictions, so you can play whatever you want. Right? So notice a lot of non-engine in their deck. Eh? Just by the way, just look at the end board that they're gonna have. But look at their starting point. Their starting point was with obviously their Bellstar Snake Eyes, but look at the end board that they're gonna have. I think this is a duel with Zelantis. If not, I'm gonna find it. Yeah, this is classic standard Snake Eye combo, right? At this point, we all know what this is, right? Raging Phoenix, again, generic, because it says 2 fire effect monsters. Clearly, Konami did not read that, hey, I made Promethean like months ago. When I make Salamangreat Great Support, I should actually try and make some sort of restrictions, because this card has 0 restrictions. 0. 2 fire effect monsters. Wow, that is brilliant. I wonder which deck can benefit from it. Snake Eyes. Because it's better than Amlowell. Amlowell is just, okay, whatever. But this is actually much better. So, look at the end board, right? Is this end board beatable? 100%, yes, it is. Because if they don't activate the Flame Burge early, I'm going to Dark Ruler their field, and then they can't do anything. The only thing I have to worry about is Promethean Princess, but remember, I have a normal summon of Blue Tank. Blue Tank can send the Basilima, then I'm protected. But obviously, I'm not going to do that first. I'm always going to use Ogre first, right? Because it's like, whatever, you know? So, my draw for turn is, unfortunately, the Horus monster, which is the water monster that is bringing everything together. So, it would have been an Mseti, but it's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's the nice thing about this card, it's a free discard for, you know, the water monsters like Bubble Reef and Coral Triangle to send a water monster. So at least it's free body to get in the grave, because you need it in the grave anyway. So it's going to activate, obviously, the Flame Burge early. So I'm like, okay, this is fine, because he's made my job easier. I Dark Ruled the field. Look, I Dark Ruled the field, and then there's nothing else. If there's hand traps, then that's what you have to worry about. If it's Promethean, okay, whatever. Okay? So, you're probably wondering, why did I Kaiju first? The problem is, get Masquerade in the grave, full stop. Just get out the grave, right? Also, put Kaiju on the field so that at least if you're going to potentially break the board, the Kaiju comes back to your field. Okay? But the moment I do that, I'm going to use Kashira Ogre first, because remember, it's a free special summon. As you can see, there's no normal summon used up. It's a free special summon. If he wants to use Promethean, he has to use it now. So you see, it's baiting out interruptions. And you see, so I've dealt with Masquerina, which would have been Little Knight, into Flameburge, reborning all those monsters. So I've dealt with that because remember, both Flameburges are on the field. So realistically, if I go Zelantis to board break, they don't have any Flameburges anymore, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I'm confident because they have to use Promethean on this card, because if they don't, and I normal summon Blue Tang and I send Basilima, it's over for this guy. So he uses Promethean. I'm like, okay, this is great. But now, unfortunately, he uses the Flameburge. But now the problem is, I'm like, opponent, your monsters zones are a bit full because you need to summon 2 level 1 fires. There's only 1 slot. So are you going to use Flameburge effect now or what? I don't know. Then I Dark Ruler. Okay, cool. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Okay, until this normal summon Pascalis, because obviously I want to get double advantage, because remember there's no Promethean in the grave, it's on the field now. So obviously yes, I could get in the bureau, but obviously at least I have a chance. And then guess what? This guy has Maxi just randomly sitting there in his hand. So if potentially I didn't have Dark Ruler, I would have to potentially fight through an SP Little Knight with this follow-up of Snake Eye cards, plus now there's Maxi in his hand as well. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Oh, and you can use Birch, which by the way is a bit cheesy because he's a bit smart. He obviously, even though it's negated, he can still send my Kaiju away because obviously it requires face-up cards. So it's smart because then that means it won't come back to my field if I want to, let's say, board wipe or something. So he gets rid of it, even though it's negated. It's not going to make, it's going to make a slight difference, but let's see what happens, right? So the thing is, I go for combo. Now he potentially could be drawing hand traps, which is what happened. Ghost Spell. Again, I can't play around it because you're probably thinking maybe I should have used Blue Tang first. The thing is, Blue Tang will chain block Sea Angel, not the other way around. Because remember, if he has an Ash in his hand, I want to protect it against that. So that's why I was like, let me go Pascalis Link Away first, because Ghost Spell is not really that common. I rarely see Ghost Spell on the ladder, but for this Snake Eye player, he had everything. So yeah, and he probably drew off Maxi anyway. Who knows? We don't know. So now I'm gonna go Sea Angel. Gonna go Chain Block, Search Maxi, Dive, and what? Okay, Dive is good because I get Dive and Field Spell. So one thing I do, I check, do you have Ash? Because remember, there's 2 link zones open. So I can check, okay, wait, is he potentially having Ash or not? So I can check now. You see? There's the Ash right there. So if I didn't chain block earlier, I would have lost to Ash and then I would be in trouble. Right? So I knew he probably had Ash, so I'm okay, let me just check to see if he has Ash, because I do have some monsters to work with here. So Ash is fine. Link off into core and enemy. Right? Use the effect of that, Pascalis. Or a triangle. Add back Spring Girl. Remember, I haven't used Spring Girl's effect yet. And then now I get to discard this to get wave. So now I have to make a choice now. And I think I made a choice here. I can't obviously make a Link 4 without having another Guardian Field. So now I have to use Spring Girl's effect to link off. And then Bubble Reef. Yeah. And then I equip. Now, you're probably thinking, battle phase? Why don't you go Zelantis? The problem is, if I go Zelantis, like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, this is probably a bad play from me, but I was like, okay, let me just crash into battle, because remember, there's no damage this turn anyway because of Dark Ruler. So I'm like, okay, do I get rid of the Raging Phoenix? No, because remember, it will trigger itself, and then do something. Promethean, I don't want in the grave at all. And then the only thing that made sense was Flamebird, but the problem is if I do not attack, then I'm screwed. So I just attack, but then obviously I forgot that, hey, this guy can revive his level 1 fire. So again, me not thinking about that, I'm like, okay, whatever. So he adds his Kurikara, he adds the Subversion, I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. Main 2, so okay, look, the worst thing's gonna happen, I'm gonna board wipe his field. Fine. Because if I activate Bubble Reef next turn, he's gonna Kurikara it anyway. So I'm like, okay, look, you know what? It's fine. Let me just banish the field, and then that's it. But then obviously now he's got a billion cards in his hand. He's got follow-ups, so I'm like, okay, this is over. Okay. I promise you now, if it wasn't for the Max C, his board would have been cleared long time ago. Like literally long time ago. And I would have a nice follow-up. Because as you can see, every time I try and break a board, I always make sure my follow-up is also good. Because in case it's another turn, then I can still do something. But in this case, there really wasn't anything. Bell Star, and obviously because of the field spell, giving all these level 1 fires attack monsters. There we go, Gorilla Savage, generic, yay. Snake Eye Ash, with boosted attack by the way. All these cards boosted, level 1 fires are boosted, look at that. Literally, that's the only thing that's making this guy have even easy lethal, because it's like, look at this. Without this field spell, no lethal damage at all. I would have been happy. But now, of course, it's Max C, but also this field spell that's just giving them random attack boots, which is it shouldn't make sense. Why is it boosting all level 1 fires? Why is it not just Snake Eye monsters? But anyway, the game is like, okay, whatever. So I literally just surrender, because I'm like, okay, you rewarding the player for no reason, because it's like, all right, I can't do anything about that. How I'm going to beat that? Okay. Then what does this do? Oh yeah, another another 60 card spam deck, but now this time it's an outlet version. Losing to Rivalry, because Rivalry shuts down most of my stuff, because even though I'm Cybers, I want to summon non-Cybers. So I lose to that. And then obviously I had the rumor and everything, so I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. You got it, bro. You got it. Yeah, level 1s. Oh, this guy's funny. Look at this guy. This guy's playing Horus Naturia, but now this time I'm going first. Watch. I'm going first, right? Just watch what happens. We're talking about Maxi now, right? How it's kind of a problem. Well, look what people do with like against me. So I'm going first. I'm like, okay, look at my hand. Now, you guys might be thinking, this hand is garbage. Actually, it's not garbage, because this is going to give me a Ice Barrier in the grave, which I can get a level 5 or higher, add it back to the hand, and you'll see this like crazy combo that I've been doing recently. Ice Barrier is going to get any level 5 or higher, so I get Ron Adrian. Now you're probably thinking, what is the combo line here? Remember, Ron Adrian has to discard itself. Not discard itself, has to discard a water monster to summon itself and a token. But obviously, you have barrier statue. So the thing is, you want to make sure you kind of protect it under Nibiru in a way. So if you normal summon this, you can pitch the Pascalis. You can revive it back, because remember, the Ron can be either a level 10 Synchro or a Link 2. So Link 2 is going to revive back Pascalis, and you can combo while you're under barrier statue, which means they can't Nibiru if they want to Nibiru. If they want to Nibiru, they have to waste the Imperm on the barrier statue just for them to Nibiru. So that's the logic behind that. So that's what I did. Could have not gone for Caster over, but then didn't make sense. So now he activates Max C, right? But then watch, I have cross out now this time. This time around I have cross out, and look what happens. He quits. Because that's what most of these players are doing. They're like, oh, I can't draw cards, I must quit. Surrender. No, bro. Like, even without this barrier statue, every time Maxi gets counted, even if it's a call by the grave or whatever, people just scoop, because they're like, oh, I'm probably gonna lose. Bro, come on, that's being lazy, bro. Come on. You have to play the game. Okay? Maxi is not the end all everything, right? Though, I will say this. This next game, you're gonna see this. This next game now, where we're at now currently. This is against Purely. You're like, what? Purely? Pretty interesting deck list, right? I mean, this is pretty standard. You see they're running the Ghost Trick engine, you can see here. Okay? Pretty standard Purely deck, right? Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Toxic Sportsmanship, yeah, bro. I think people are just so crazy. They don't want Maxi to be resolved so bad that if it gets negated, they're just gonna scoop. It was like, come on, bro, really? Like, wow, okay. You probably have 2 Maxis. Some people have 3 Maxis in their hand. Like, come on. I have a question. How do I play through Runic Chimera going second? They use the Rumor and D barrier. Also, they have Shifter, TCG. What TCG package best cards to include? The Rumor beats Branded really hard. So you're playing Branded, so already your deck is kind of losing to D barrier already. Even without the Runic cards or anything, D barrier is a turn skipper because your whole deck is fusion. So what are you doing? You know, I don't know how you can, especially if you're going second, because like I said, they have I wouldn't say scoop. I think you have to assess the broad state and look at, okay, what does he have on his field? What does he have in his hand? Okay, obviously the D barrier, you didn't know he could have it, but let's say, for argument's sake, you had Feather Duster, but then again, he can still chain to it and then call fusion, let's say. But yeah, I think you have to find a way to, you know, I don't know how can you, if you're playing Branded. The thing is, I don't play Branded as much, so I can't give you a proper answer, because maybe an experienced Branded player like April or some other guy would explain it to you, but I can't give you a proper answer because I don't play Branded. But my assumption is that, okay, you have to look at my answer would be this: if you have to assess the board state, look at the hand, look at the field. Obviously the hand you can't look at, but obviously the interaction that he's giving you, the hand traps, what's in the set down, you kind of have to anticipate. So if you know he has a D barrier or whatever, D barrier kills your deck, unfortunately, so you can't really fuse. And if your entire deck is fusion, then yeah, Shifter, Call by the Grave, your best answer. There's no other way to be D-Shifter but Call by the Grave. Or if you have Crossout and you somehow play D-Shifter yourself, then you can do it. But yeah, Feather Duster, Talents, Tactics Talent, if you punish your opponent, then you can do it. Then yeah, you have to, what's that one in the TCG? But remember, in the TCG is different though, because Branded Fusion is at 3, Crossout is at 3. So yeah, Talents is probably the best way to deal with that. And you now speaking of talents, let's look at this duel, because this duel is again me going second with Royal Expurli Noir, Royal Expurli Noir, the baby one, Royal Expurli Happiness. All right, yeah, even he can also win you the game. Even he's a very good board breaker. Royal UDF. So this guy's a purely enjoyer, clearly, because he's got all the royal cards, all the boss monsters. Cool. Let's see how this goes. If you probably think this is only 2 turns, what happened? You're gonna see. That's what I'm saying. If you want assurance that we like that, can this deck do something? Just look at this dude. You're gonna see. Speaking about talents is also a good way to break boards. So you probably look at this hand. You're like, oh, this hand is okay, right? Like, okay, you got Dive, you got Kashira Ogre, you got June Moon. Why is June Moon here? It's good for a lot of things. Spring Girl is good, and obviously you got Maxi. Now I only want one copy, eh? Only want one copy, because obviously it's a cross-out target. So if you probably wondering, like, why am I so against Maxi? It's more of you know, because if you look at my channel before, I never used to play Maxi, but then obviously I'm punishing myself because, like, I could have negated it or something like that, or I could have at least got some sort of advantage, especially now with this crazy meta of fire and everything. So I'm like, okay, look, let me switch it up. You know, we have to adapt. So I'm like, okay, at least if he's gonna do something, I'm gonna also get some sort of advantage. So let's see. So he's gonna go Purlily first. Activate, search Purlily for some reason. He wants to use Sleepy Memory, so I'm gonna shotgun Maxi. But here's the thing: someone mentioned it earlier. Most of the time, if you have Maxi, it gets negated by Ash, right? Or Call by the Grave or something. So guess what? He has Call by the Grave. Now, remember this play. Call by the Grave says that card is negated for 2 turns, basically, because it's until the end of the next turn. So this turn and next turn. So he uses Call by the Grave, which is a bit odd. Because if you're an opponent that also uses Maxi, don't you want to use Crossout maybe? Because Crossout only negates for the turn, but then you can still use Maxi on your turn. Just think about that, right? So even for any hand trap, if you know that you have the same hand trap as them and you have it in your hand, don't you want to use cross out rather instead of forward by? Because then also shuts off your one in the hand. So anyway, we get Ash because it's standard. Every time I have Maxi, it never resolves properly. Like maybe one in every like 90 games, but anyway. I really think Brandon should get some link support. Yeah, it's highly unlikely though, because the only link support they get is Verta Anaconda, which is only a Master Duel. So there's your link support right there. So that's actually Brand Diffusion right there in your hand, and you get Mirror Jade for free. So they're gonna go Ghost Trick Engine, and just look at the end board. Remember, we're not focusing on the combo. Just focus on the end board, right? Because if you want to learn Purely, we can go and learn Purely somewhere else. But this is just look at the end board that they're gonna establish, right? Then we'll talk about that. Yeah. So I think really Branded, I think, has got more than enough support. I think they literally, it's in the lore and everything. There are fusion based deck. I mean, there's not anywhere around it though. There is the Despia Synchro, but yeah, UDF. Yeah, this is what Purely can do with the level ones. They can go into UDF plus they can go unaffected Noir as well. As you can see what they're doing here. So you see, Nibiru would have been very nice here, very nice. But then again, they could also have follow up because all their quick play spells are also not once per turn. So it's like they have infinite grind game essentially. So Purely doesn't really lose to Nibiru because if you deal with the Xyz monsters, they just get follow up, you know. So yeah, they're gonna go Plump, of course, because they've got Delicious Memory. They're gonna suck up some cards. They just remember they have the Pretty Leap in their hand, so I assume they're going to add oh, okay, Happy Memory. Okay, so look at the end board. So he's got UDF, which is a monster negate, and if it's on the field, you can take control of it. You've got the Plump, right, which has got Sleepy Memory underneath. So during my standby phase, you're going to draw a card, but remember, it's got the leap. So Plump is going to go into Exploding Noir with 5 materials unaffected. He's going to draw another card, so I'm actually going to draw 2. So I drew Talents. This was probably the best draw I could have gotten, because if I didn't have Talents, I probably wouldn't have broken the board like I did. So let's see what happens. He's gonna suck up more materials. So remember, he's got 6 materials, plus he'll make Noir unaffected. So number 7. 7 materials, by the way. 7 material Noir. So, you know what I like about Tournament, no chain blocking, they work different. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so guys, look at the end board. Now, 90% of duels, if you see UDF and you see unaffected Exploding Noir, by the way, both of them are Royal, by the way. Royal Exploding Noir unaffected and Royal UDF. Monster Negate unaffected can spin basically 1 card, because if you spin more than 1 card, you're not going to be unaffected anymore. But basically, let's say worst case, they can spin 3 cards. They can spin 3 cards because obviously 7 materials, they'll have 1 left, so they can spin 3 cards maximum. So there's basically 4 disruptions. Hand traps, I don't know what they have. Okay, so I go Cashier Ogre first because obviously I want to see what they're going to do, right? Because remember, Purely has to interact with your opponent. They don't do things on their own. They have to base on the interaction. So I go Cashier Ogre first. I activate the Cashier to add the Cashier trap because I'm trying to bait out the UDF, because remember, I have talents in my hand. I want to try and steal the UDF. Obviously, I can't steal the Noir because I'm unaffected, but I can steal the UDF so I can bait it out. Because what happens is he's gonna negate, take control of my Cashier Ogre. I can take it back with talents, or I can look at his hand as well and see what he has. But I actually want to just take my Cashier Ogre back. That was going to be the play. He does nothing. So he's playing around the talents. I don't know why, but I don't know why I did that. But obviously you saw, okay, I have a normal summon, so I don't know what I'm playing yet really, because nowadays Kashira, you don't know what they're dealing with. So now I normal summon Spring Girl. Okay? And now he activates Maxi. And I'm like, bro, didn't you just negate your own Maxi because you negated my Maxi on turn 1? So he's not thinking that, hey, wait, my Maxi is going to be negated also. So I'm like, I'm laughing because, bro, negated his own card, literally. So I'm like, okay, negated. Like, bro, like you use Call by the Grave, not me. So, okay, I guess that's fair. You made the game balance because there's no more Maxi for 2 turns. All right. So now the problem is he triggered a monster effect in the main phase, and this talent works in the main phase only. It's unlike Thrust, which works in any phase, right? So because you activated a monster effect, now I get to steal the UDF for free. So that was just one mistake. If he had just not activated Max C, maybe it would have been a different play. But I'm like, okay, you've activated monster effect. So now I'm gonna go again. I'm just playing cards here. I'm gonna bait out the UDF, right? I'm gonna go Sea Angel. I literally want to bait out the UDF. I'm not even worried about anything else. I want to bait out the UDF. I go Marincess spell, search for the field spell because I have dive already. Chain block, of course, so I can play around the UDF. Now we're gonna use talents. Now we're gonna steal UDF. So you're probably thinking, how is this gonna work? The opponent now is conflicted because he has a choice. He can obviously spin cards, but now the question is, if he spins more than 2 cards, he's going to be not unaffected anymore. So he has choices. So I'm giving the opponent choices. If he doesn't make the right choice, he's messed up. So look at this. So now I link off into Core and Enemy. Now this is an easy bait because remember, Core and Enemy needs to activate to the effect to equip. This was a mistake because he should have waited for me to activate the effect of Core and Enemy because I haven't activated the effect yet. And remember, Core and Enemy is the only link monster like that's not Blue Slug or Blue Slug. So the link ones have a restriction of only being summonable once per turn. Core and Enemy and the other monsters are not once per turn. You can summon them many times if you have enough material, right? So I didn't activate the effect, but now I choose it to spin. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to use UDF. I'm waiting for him to have less than 5 material because if he decides to spin again, remember the materials are a cost for detaching. So I'm like, okay, there's a play here because I can play the field spell, use dive, try and bait him out. Let's see. So I play the field spell, use dive, check for ash. There's no ash, right? Okay, cool. Now I use the blue tang, send Spring Girl again, right? Now I want to bait out Noir again because Noir is going to target a card in the grave because remember, it can interact with the grave as well. So I want to target the Spring Girl that I just sent. So I go Blue Slug. I chain link 1 to see if there's ash, but I don't think there's anything. And I go chain link 2, Blue Slug, target the Spring Girl. I want to see what he's going to do. So now, okay, and I also chain the field spell as well to obviously play around potential ghost spell or whatever. But now he uses the effect now. So now, if he uses this effect now, he's gonna be affected because remember he detaches 2 materials. So now this is my chance to use UDF because UDF is gonna negate and then take control. And you see, so this is the only window I can use it. But then look what the opponent does. So I obviously negates, right, to steal. Then I uses the effect again, right? Which doesn't make sense because either way, he's still affected because he's got less than 5 materials. So he spins the card again, right? I don't know why he spins the card again because I'm gonna take control of it either way. Because remember, UDF says if you negated the card, even if though it might have resolved in another chain, if you negated it, you still take control of it, you know? So even though he's put the card back, I'm still negating you with UDF and I can take control of it. Can you see? So his whole exercise didn't really work because I still got control of his monster, right? Now he's got an empty field. And now everything works backwards, so now I equip. And now nothing happens. I get top deck, Pascalis, not ideal because I've normal summoned already. So now you're probably thinking, what's the play after this? Well, remember, Purely Noir was in defense mode, so unfortunately, I could have switched it to attack position, but I'm like, let's see what. Let me do my calculation. Then I saw, wait, hold on, 2300. Because remember, I've equipped it now with the field spell, one link monster. This is 3000. I need a monster with a bit more attack than I can go for game, basically. Because anyway, he's got 75. That's why we have this card. Okay, a Glory of the Drew Moon. Okay, if you control a face-up card in your spell and trap zone, you can special summon it. And guess what I control? A face-up card in the spell and trap zone. And the nice thing about this, it gains 600 attack and defense for each face-up spell and trap on the field, including the opponents. So the My Friend Purely is also giving a boost. The Sea Angel is also giving a boost. So guess how much the attack goes to now? It's gonna go to, oh, okay, it didn't show, but it's enough. It's over 8,000 damage, basically. So it's 1,000, because remember, it's original attack. The original attack is 1,000. He's gonna gain 600 for each face-up spell trap on the field. So face-up spell and trap, including the field zone, eh? So this also counts. So the field spell, the equip spell, the Mind Friend Purely, that is 1,800. So this is going to be 3,000, right? And then 2,300, and then even with the Pretty Noir on the set, lethal damage 8,000 plus already. Scoops. So I'm like, and after a duel, I was like, really? If I'm winning duels like this, how am I not in master rank by now? Because surely by now I should have been in master rank. But the game is saying if I can't break a board with whatever cards or whatever, then that's it. But I mean, clearly, I have some game sense. I know what's going on. I can assess the field. I can bait out interruptions. But now it's just now, like, how am I not in master rank yet? Because I should have been in master rank by now. And this is in Diamond 4, by the way. This is Diamond 4. Diamond 4, but just like a few hours ago, I was in Diamond 1, you know? So, I mean, does it really make sense that in some duels like this, I'm able to win, but I can't win basic duels because the game is giving them maxi and all these other weird stuff? No, it doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm saying. So even duels like, and trust me guys, this season, I've had more insane duels like that where I've gone second. So I'll give you an example, right? And you'll probably see it. Hopefully, if I can publish it, I will. I'm going first against Mathmech, right? Or Mathmech Adignista. Yeah, Mathmech Adignista. So, right? And we all know what Mathmech Adignista does, right? They spam monsters. Okay. Imagine after turn 2, you have Firewall Dragon Link 4, you have Firewall Dragon Neo Tempest Terahertz Link 5, and you have Firewall Dragon Singularity Link 6 in the same field. Co-linked, everything. You have Josego in the graveyard, you have everything. That was their turn 2. They had full board setup. Turn 3. Okay, no arrival. But the fact that they had 3 Link 4, and Link 5, and Link 6. Even after using a Marincess wave at some point, which I think was quite early in the combo, they still had that board, and I still broke the board. Still. So come on, bro. Like, I mean, I've seen the worst, and I'll still be able to clear the board. So you're gonna see that duel hopefully soon. Even with Horus as well. Against Horus, the Horus control with the summon limits and everything. Marincess can also be a control deck as well, you know, once you have the right setup. So you just have to play your cards right and, you know, time your stuff. But literally all these games are winnable, and if you can properly assess the game state and say, look, this is what's happening. Where's that duel? That duel is saved in my replay somewhere. But normally I want to, because as you know, what I normally do if I reach master rank of a season, I normally showcase some duels which never seen before, not even on stream also. So like you saw with the season 28, the duel of the season, I would say, was the Rescue Ace duel with, like, imagine they resolved Turbulence twice. I still was able to clear their board. I was able to play around all the disruptions and everything, and still was able to beat them. Like, and my resources was running out also, but I was still able to come out on top. So it's just one of those examples of where now you can definitely do it. You must just make sure you know how to play your stuff well and time it right. Obviously, it depends on your opponent as well, but yeah. Summon limit spring infusions, destroy all cards in column. Okay, that's nice. But yeah, Dion Anthony, that duel is there. It's there. I saved it. I did record it. But it's along with the other replays, which you also have not seen before. That ideally, when I want to reach, when I've reached master rank, I will show it. Maybe if I don't reach master rank, I'll probably will show it anyway. But that's the duel definitely I want to show everybody that, hey, this duel was crazy, and I still was able to come on top. Remember, you don't deal with the Link 4 or Link 5 and the Link 6 in the same turn, by the way. Like, dismantle it completely. Yes, there was some help, but it's fine. You still were able to clear the board. So yeah. So where do we go from here? So currently now we are in Diamond 4, which I don't know why we're in Diamond 4, because it should have been in, like, should have been Diamond 1 by now, or at least Master Rank by now, but anyway. Can Chaos Hunter help you? Yes. Chaos Hunter is actually also an out for Dimension Shifter, because it says your opponent cannot banish cards, which means any card effect that says any card is banished, instead it's nullified. So even for I think I have a duel. No, I don't have a duel, but there was an interaction where I had to steal the opponent's Chaos Hunter because it prevented me from banishing, like, Marincess Spring Girl or Zelantis. So I had to steal it with talents just to prevent that from happening. So now my opponent could not banish, so it was like a counterplay. So yes, maybe Chaos Hunter will work. If you're playing, if you're struggling to deal with Shifter, then Chaos Hunter works. Even Flaunderies, if you have Chaos Hunter as well, they can't banish themselves because the card says you cannot banish. So yeah. So this is the deck list we're working with. I don't know why people don't show their deck list, but I like showing them. So this is the build I've been using in all the duels that you've seen. Okay. This deck has dealt with so many boards, dealt with so many interactions, and I'm happy with it. Right? So what would I want to change in the deck? Well, remember, like I said, at the moment right now, especially in Master Duel, we don't have Totally Awesome. We don't have the luxury of getting an Omni Negate on field before Nibiru, because in the past that's how we used to do it. For those who are playing Marincess before, because I'm sure in the TCG that's what everyone's been doing. They summon Bahamut Shark into Totally Awesome, so at least by the fifth summon, Nibiru doesn't matter, or any potential card effect that might relate to, but it's nice to have that option. But now, because of Sprite Elf, they can't have both, so they had to ban Totally Awesome for no good reason, just to make Elf legal, because Elf is banned in other formats, but they want to see, oh, what happened if Elf was not banned? But they banned Totally Awesome because obviously it's abused with Sprite Elf. So yeah, it's just a problem, you know. But then again, you know, we're here now, so we have to find other ways to play through stuff. So I'm trying to be creative, because remember, I can play the deck as pure as possible, but unfortunately, even if you play the deck as pure as possible, you still have to rely on the normal summon. And in 2024, which deck plays full combo with normal summon? Not many decks, right? It's quite few. I mean, for example, Snake Eyes, they don't rely on normal summoning. They can do the entire combo without normal summoning. Horus does not normal summon. You know, you have to Horus spam out Photon Lord, then make your plays. Yes, if you can play Horus, but if you can play Photon Lord. But the thing is, I can't play Photon Lord because I'll be restricted from summoning my other cards. Well, not summoning from other cards, but I want to search this card here, which is Wave. If I do want to summon Photon Lord, I have to give up an extra deck slot. Now, who am I going to give up? I don't want to give up 2 Bubble Reef because that comes up in games. I don't want to give up double Zelantis because double Zelantis, I promise you, no one expects double Zelantis. They always expect 1, but there's always a second copy in my deck because that throws people off and they're like, oh geez, this guy has a second Zelantis. Boom, I'm done. Game over. Go and watch the duel against Horus. The first duel when the pack came out, Horus Zombies, double Zelantis came in clutch and then that won me the game. Right? Even with Maxi and everything. So the problem with this card here, Coral Triangle. Okay? I like the line breaks now. They've updated that text. So the first and second effect are good. But it says you can only use each effect of Marincess Coral Triangle once per turn. And you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate either of this card's effects, except water monsters. So what that means is, for the entire turn, you cannot summon non-water monsters. The moment you summon a non-water monster, you cannot activate any of the effects. Okay, so that's a very big negative, unfortunately, because now, if you want to play non-engine, you can, but it means that you must have Wave in your hand already. So you can play around it. Okay, you can play around it because if you have Marincess Wave in your hand already, you can still summon the Link 3 Coral Triangle, but you cannot activate her effect. So you can just put her in the grave for follow-up. So that's the only way you can play around it. Then you can play non-engine, but be careful because Blue Slug, once you start Link summoning, it says for the rest of the turn you're locked into waters. Current enemy, rest of the turn locked into waters. It's only Sea Angel that doesn't lock you. Marbled Rock does not lock you. Bubble Reef doesn't lock you, and obviously Zelantis does not lock you because geez, Snake Eyes are playing it, so well, yay. So the real, and even Marincess Dive also locks you out once you use the card. Even if it gets negated, it still locks you out. So the real card you're trying to play around is Coral Triangle, which is searching this. So if you search this, or if this is in your hand already, then you can play non-engine because you have Wave already, which is what you want to search. So you can play around it, but it means that you have to do everything. You have to do non-engine first, and then you start Link summoning. Because after that, then you can't do anything again. Which is only this card really, because this is the only like real card you want to summon out before you do your plays. So yeah, you don't know if I should stop playing True Draco. True Draco is not that great, to be honest. It's not that amazing. I think the meta now is quite different now. Maybe I would say in the beginning of Master Duel, True Draco was a thing because it was the cheapest deck. But look, there's Flandreese, there's much better cards out there. True Draco doesn't really care about extra decks, so you'll find it's not like that amazing. And obviously there's outs to it, you know. Feather Duster's there. Unless they have Solemn Judgments and those things, but I mean, I have quite a few duels on True Draco. I have no issues dealing with them, especially if you have big attack beaters like Kashira Ogre, which is 2800. They're all weak attack, so you can deal with it. So I recommend True Draco to somebody that's, you know, at all. So this is where we are, right? So you got some extenders, we got obviously starters, but like I'm saying, look at my 3 orbs. I have 3 Blue Tank, 3 Spring Girl, 3 Seahorse. You would expect to see those cards more often. What do I see more often? Pascalis, and she's a 2-of. I see Mandarin, and she's a 1-of, which is fine, but ideally she's only good in the graveyard. She's not good in your hand. Mandarin is okay, but needs to be something else. The same with Pascalis, there needs to be something else. The best starters or extenders, well, this is a starter / extender, Spring Girl, but Spring Girl, well, Blue Tang and Seahorse are like your best ones, I would say. Trust me, I've seen more Pascalis than most of my deck, and it's not even funny because imagine you have hand traps and Pascalis. That's bad. You might think, oh, that's God tier. You might have Maxi, Ash, or whatever, but you have Pascalis in your hand, That is not good. The Pescalus on its own is not that useful, because at best you'll make a link 3 with Wave, but you don't want to link 3, you want to link 4 with Wave, which is Bubble Reef. But that's kind of the game plan turn 1. The game plan turn 1 is to make Bubble Reef with Wave, unless you have enough extenders to go full combo into Argonaut unaffected. Because the only way I'm making Argonaut is Argonaut unaffected. I'm not like most players who are making Argonaut without being unaffected, because you're prone now to cards which now can out the Argonaut, because she's supposed to be a towers, so you're supposed to make her like a tower, so you're supposed to link her with Crystal Heart. That's the whole, like, I think that's the whole point of her, because she's also quite useful because no one else can be attacked except that one. So ideally it should be unaffected. Now you're trying to play cards that now are going to counter that. It's a problem, because Wave, yes, will make you unaffected, but why don't you just make it unaffected from the start? Because then you don't have to deal, you don't have to waste your negates on Raigeki and those things, or like Imperm and that stuff, because now that's prompting now you to be unaffected anymore. So rather focus on other things that, like, you know, negate special summons, or like Branded Fusion and all those cards that special summon stuff. You can negate those things, but then, or Monster negates. But yeah, don't try and waste your time summoning Argonaut without being unaffected. That doesn't make sense, because again, Field Spell doesn't have protection. It doesn't have protection. You might say, oh, but don't you play Sleepy Maiden? Look, Sleepy Maiden is good, okay? But the problem is she's level 5. If she was level 4, guaranteed she's a one-off. She's playing it in the deck, but she's a level 5. That's the only problem with her. She's level 5, you know? It cannot be destroyed, yes, but the thing is you can still banish it. So even because nowadays, even in 2024, destruction is not that great. Let's be honest. Nowadays, cards are immune to being destroyed, aka the Horus cards, right? Unless you target them. The most powerful effect now is banishing. Okay, so yes, your card cannot be destroyed, but it can still be banished. Not searchable either. Yeah, because it's not searchable by Cyanide Mining even. Because Cyanide Mining says level 4 or lower. The only way you're searching this is if you get it off Blue Tang's effect, or summon it off Marincess Dive with the field dodge. Because remember, Marincess Dive says summon a Marincess monster from your deck. So that's the only way you can get it off the effect of, like, you can in a way search it, is to summon it from Battle Ocean with Field Spell. Other than that, you can't really do anything. Unless you Small World, you can Small World into Sleepy Maiden. But again, Marincess is lacking a lot of cards, because nowadays everyone has one card that can search anything. Marincess has no card that searches anything, you know. These ones add spells. This one recovers a monster from the grave. Blue Tang mills. This one special summons another monster. This one is basically banished for costs. This one is just summoning to a linked zone. Not ideal. This one also requires a linked zone, and 2 Marincess monsters, but there must be a link zone. But it doesn't have to summon to the specific link zone that you target. It just targets a water link monster. So it can be any water link monster, but there has to be 2 Marincess monsters on the field. It doesn't have to be link monsters per se, but there must be a link monster on the field that has an arrow, because that's the only thing. But there's no card that says search a Marincess card from your deck to your hand. There's nothing like that. You know, if we had something like that, I think it will make things more consistent. But because then you see Marincess card means we can search Sleepy Maiden because it's a Marincess card. You know, if they were fish instead of cyber, they would be better. Yeah, to be honest, the fish support, I won't lie. The shark stuff, wow. I think that shark stuff is great. I think people are sleeping on it, because sharks is going to be a problem in the future. Like, you know, they actually got their proper shark deck. They're not like mixing up with other fish, because before sharks used to just run like fish that just extend, but actually not a shark itself, because obviously you know the difficulty with being named a shark. You have to now search shark cards. There weren't many good shark cards. The other shark cards were bad. Like if I just write shark, right? Like look at all these shark cards, like Metabo Shark, Saber Shark. They were not like obviously Buzzsaw Shark is great, Abyss Shark, Crystal Shark, but all these other ones, Cyber Shark, Shark Kraken, Abyssal King Shark, all these shark cards are not great. Okay, but damn, the new shark cards that are coming, sure, those cards are crazy good. Like, you know, they've actually got proper shark cards which can be searchable, and yeah, there's even a spell card that is what is this card? Seventh Ascension, right? So there's a card that's called Seventh Tachyon, which is a Tachyon card and a seventh card, so it's searchable of this. That card is basically a small world for Xyz monsters. I was like, what kind of concept is that, bro? So you're basically saying small world is there, but there's literally a card that says reveal a number 10, reveal a monster between 101 and 107. So it can be a chaos monster or a normal monster, right? So even Silent on an Arc or Silent on a Dark, right? Level. So you can search, you can reveal this in your extra deck, then you can add to your hand one monster with the same attributes and or type or rank. I think it's the attribute or rank, one of the two. So the fact that you can search level 4 water monsters or level 5 water monsters is crazy, because you can literally search your starters, which is and remember, during the turn also, that has to be at the start of the turn, but you have to return a card from your hand to the deck, which is fine because you're searching for potentially extenders and starters, which is nuts. Galaxy Eyes Tachyon eating good. Hey, Galaxy Eyes also getting crazy support as well. So it's a Tachyon card, so it can be searchable as well. I think one of the monsters searches Tachyon cards, so it's a Tachyon card. But the fact is, it's insane. There's literally a small world for Xyz monsters, because the only restriction with that card is it locks you out of Xyz. But no one, that's fine. If you're an Xyz deck, that's good, because you don't have to play a card like Small World anymore. Because Small World normally will take a dead card in your hand, trade in 2 cards just to get 1 card. Because you have to banish 2 cards to get 1. This one doesn't banish anything. It just reveals 1. You search anything that shares the same rank or attribute or the type, and then you can return 1 card in your hand into the deck. That literally can be let's say a card that you want to search. You can put it back in the deck to search, you know. But that's good because it gives them consistency. So why would you not run 3 copies of, because that's basically a better Small World, you know. It's the same with the Bonfire. It's basically the Bonfire for Xyz monsters, because it can search anything. And remember, the number monsters from 101 to 107 have fire monsters, light monsters, even earth monsters. So you can search a lot of things, a lot of cards actually. So it's actually pretty good that they've actually kind of made what Small World should have been quite simple. Because imagine if Small World just said reveal a monster in your extra deck, or reveal a monster in your deck and add a monster with the same level or type. Like, you know exactly what you're searching. Not that now I have to think, oh, there's a bridge between this monster and that monster, so this one says that attribute, so now that becomes confusing. Luckily, Master Duel helps you. But imagine in TCG, I don't imagine people playing Small World in TCG or OCG, because they have to remember, okay, this one is a spellcaster, revealing a spellcaster in the deck to search another spellcaster, but the levels have to be different and all that weird stuff. So at least I know generally what to search, but yeah, it just makes it easier. So yeah, that's nice. So definitely the short cards are definitely something there that I would like to revisit, because as you know, in the channel I have been playing a variety of water decks, and all my water decks are getting support. The Synchros got support, with the white aura stuff. The goatees are pretty nice, but goatees need a bit more. I see the new goatee cards are doing a little bit more, but it's getting there. The short cards, bro, that stuff is just, yeah. There's a whole website for small bridges. Literally an entire website that says, if I want to reveal this, I want to search this, please give me all the bridges, then I can search. And I mean, that's put potential bricks in my deck just to search specific cards. So, but I mean, the 7 Tachyon card makes it so much easier. You just reveal the card and then you search. You don't have to banish anything. No cost, you know? The only cost is you cannot summon Xyz monsters, but you don't care about that. And you have to return a card to your deck, but they potentially can return a brick into your deck, which is nice. You know, if I ever start playing Branded or any other fusion or synchro deck, Therions, I would go for True Draco Control. What would you play if you start with water decks? If I start playing water decks, I would be playing Earth Machine, definitely. Because Earth Machine is also one of my favorite decks as well. Because it's just got raw power, man. Like, it's just so, like, the gas delivers is crazy. Yeah, if I wasn't playing water decks, I would be playing Earth Machine. I'll be playing Super Quantum. Super Quantum is also another fun deck. It's basically Power Rangers. If you don't know what Power Rangers is, it's basically superheroes that haven't, like, boss monsters basically. So Super Quantum is basically that. But yeah, that's what I would be playing. Plants as well. So plants. Plant monsters. Where's the plants? Not Rika per se, but Aroma. Plant monsters. Yeah, I'll be playing Aroma. Aroma cards are also coming soon. They also have a new fusion monster, which is also crazy. So Aroma, the plants, definitely something there. And remember, all these decks I've played on the channel before, so people know exactly what I can do with these cards if these cards get more support. So I'm definitely, you know, open to try new decks, of course, because I like water decks in general, but I can play other decks as well, because especially now when the festival is banning all the stuff, it's all there. Cinevalon, look, Cinevalon is okay, but it's like more of an engine. It's not really a main deck, because even Rika is a Rika deck, but Cinevalon engine. So if I were to be playing Aroma, it would probably be Aroma Cinevalon, you know, but it's still a Aroma package, still with a little bit of Rika in there. But yeah, I would just say plant support basically. So yeah, S-Force. What is S-Force? Let me see. What is S-Force? S-Force is based on what? S-Force. S-Force. What is the S-Force? Are they good? Is it viable in the future though? Like, it's something that is prompting us to invest into S-Force. I know they got that crazy Link monster that has those arrows on top that basically affects the opponent. Yeah, 3 effect monsters, including an S-Force. Yeah, that's a lot of resources. But yeah, but you know what I like about decks like these? No one can prepare for it. So it's like, oh geez, you're pulling off a combo. Damn, I didn't. How do I interrupt? Because I'm used to seeing, oh, branded Snake Eyes Rescue Ace. Okay, I don't know that. Wait, that's Little Knight before she became a Link? Who's that? S-Force? Which card was Little Knight before? Which card was that? Which card was SP? Because we know there's a story between IP Masquerena and the Evil Twins. There's some sort of story there. Even the EMP card as well. Chayomaru. Where's that? Chayomaru. Oh. That's literally SP and All Knight. Literally. Okay. Literally, that's Little Knight right there. Oh, jeez. We can zoom in nicely. Okay, so is that SP before she was... I don't know what she was doing before SP and All Knight, but okay, I guess she was calm like this. Because look at her. Okay, interesting. Let's look at the difference. Little Knight. Let's see the difference. Why is she so broken? Oh yeah, this is definitely Little Knight. This is Little Knight with the more edgy attire. Interesting. Okay, so there's a bit of story lore there. You know, decks with a lot of lore is nice. Did you know? And now we're talking about this now, because Konami kind of leaked it to us already, but with the animation and stuff. But did you know that the Fire Kings are coming, right? The Fire King, we all know Fire Kings are coming to Master Duel, according to what people are saying in the June pack. So the Fire Kings, right, obviously is based on Fire King Island, right? However, do you know there's a battle between fire and water, and the battle of fire and water is with the Atlanteans. Okay, so the Atlantean cards is fighting with the Fire King. So Fire King versus Atlantean. So pretty interesting lore there. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, what that means for the game, Fire King Snake Eye will probably be the best deck. I have no doubts in my mind, because those cards do a lot of things that Snake Eyes themselves cannot do. Is disruption. Okay, because the Fire King cards, they destroy themselves, they come back. They destroy themselves, they come back. It's almost like, you know, Unchained and Memento. They just keep coming back after you destroy them. So yeah, Fire King, even as a pure deck, still pretty good. But I think Fire King Snake Eye will be the best deck. In Master Duel, probably tier 0. I don't know. We'll see. Because there's no way you can clear a board, right? But Fire King Snake Eye, those guys have so much recursion. Because you destroy the cards, they come back. If you destroy it, they summon monsters from the deck. They destroy another card in the field. They do so many things. So you think Promethean is bad? Wait till you see Fire Kings, what they can do. And I believe they will be doing. They'll be getting all the Fire King stuff, not even the stuff not in the TCG also. So we'll be getting all the new Fire King stuff as well, like unreleased. Look up the card called High Tide. What? High Tide. High Tide on Fire Island. If you control a level 7 or higher water or fire monster, apply the appropriate effects depending on the monsters you control at the same time. So it's a level 7 higher water. Okay, that's actually quite easy because we have Capture Ogre here. Okay, let's see what this does. Special summon as many monsters as possible that were sent to your graveyard to activate monster effects this turn. Then destroy one monster you control. Destroy one monster in the field. And if you have any other cards in your hand, discard a card. Okay. Oh, the art. Yes. Okay, so the art. So what does the art look like? So you can see there's Poseidra, and then there's obviously Fire King Garunix. Is that Garunix? Yeah, I think that's Garunix. So you can see, and then obviously there's Fire King. Then the one that's Fire King Basha or something like that. But yeah, this is basically the Fire King and Atlantean. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting lore. A lot of people didn't know about it, but yeah, it's nice. So that's what I'm saying. I believe we may get more water support, not just the shark cards. I believe we might get mermaids, we might get Atlanteans, we might get Marincess, hopefully. It has to be a water pack. I mean, come on, we retired our fire support now. I think they're done. They've reached the ceiling. They're done. They've explored everything. They made them relevant again. Because you see, it just requires good support. Can you see what I'm saying? A bad archetype, Pyros. No one was giving a damn about Pyros, but now all of a sudden Pyro is now the flavor of the year. Everything. The year of fire, as they call it. But yeah. hopefully now it's the year of water now, and we get also more water support. That's good. So yeah, the lore must continue in the solo mode. I'll definitely see that. Interesting. Because a lot of these cards have like it's crazy lore, but we'll see. Yeah, the fire has definitely peaked, bro. Like, geez, like all they needed was just generic fire support, like Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is when I see Snake Eyes, I just see generic fire support because there's no restrictions. You can splash it in any fire deck. I mean, if you're playing powers yourself, you can, you know. Imagine Konami make new archetype. I think they did that already with the illusion monsters. And remember, for them, that's not new, because that's already been in a few video games, I think, illusion monsters. So now they just made it now in reality. So I think, yeah. What is higher than? Okay, so we got Snake Eye support, we got Volcanic support, you got Fire King support, you also got other generic cards in between, but basically you got the most crazy fire support anyone's gotten in years, right? Because for a long time, Light and Dark was getting support, right? But yeah, what is this? What's this card? Silent. What's Sign Forcing? What's that? Sign Forcing. What's that? Am I saying it right? Silent Forcing? Silent Forcing. What is that? What's the card name actually? What is the card name? Silent. Oh, voice. Oh, Silent Fork. Oh, okay. I see. Voiceless Voice. Okay, that Voiceless Voice. Voiceless Voice hasn't come here to Master Duel, but that's like basically going to be the new ritual deck. So I'll tell you what, Drytron players, if you like Drytron, I think they'll stop playing Drytron and they'll play Voiceless Voice, because that's basically what they've been doing the whole time, spamming an Omni Negate with protection. The Voiceless Voice does it better, you know. And also there's no restrictions on Voiceless Voice because you can do everything before you do your Voiceless cards. So yeah, not a Master Duel yet, but it will definitely be top tier. The same thing with Tempire Dragon. It's the best going second deck at the moment, because they just spam a lot of damage and they interact with the battle phase, which is quite unique because normally decks are quite weak in the battle phase, but Tempire Dragon thrives in the battle phase. So yeah, so you see, Konami's trying to make ways to make the game a bit crazy, but then again, everyone's just going to be playing the same old decks all the time. Because look, how many formats are we in now in the OCG and TCG in a number of months? Whereas people are still playing Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes will never go away. You kill the deck consistency, they're still going to find a way to play it. If you ban, I'll tell you what, if I had to make if I had to hit Snake Eyes, and I think I have some of these cards because I just packed all. I even have all the cards here. Jeez. And so sad because I'm probably not going to be playing these cards. Maybe, I don't know, but I just have them because a lot of cards. Look, I have 3 of the Sinful Spoils. I could disenchant this, but I mean, you never know. Maybe I might just play the deck. I don't know. But and 7's Field Spell. Jeez, I must get some crafting material. But I have so many. But yeah, I would ban this card. If you want to hurt fire decks, ban this card because this is the bridge to every single other deck. So for example, let us go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta, right? The new site that DK's team launched. Very nice site. I think it's very nice. A lot more features than the Master Duel Meta site, but I'm sure they'll incorporate it in the future. Let's open Master Duel Meta quickly. Okay. Let's have a look at why I think I would ban original Sinful Spoil. So if I go to original Sinful Spoils, right? What? I can't even search, can't even spell properly. Original Sinful, yeah. Okay, so you see, Original Sin for Spoilers. Look what it's more popularly used. So if I click on this card, right? In terms of spell cards, the third most popular spell card in the TCG, right, is third. In the OCG, it is fifth. That is crazy. The most used spell, top 10, or rather top 5, is this card, Original Sin for Spoils. Look how many decks are using it. In the TCG, look how many decks are using it. Snake Eye Fire King, Snake Eye Manolius, okay, but it's basically Snake Eye, Rescue Ace, Infernobles, Volcanic. Bro, it's all crazy, bro. Like, yeah. Alright, Dion, no problem. Enjoy work. Probably next stream. Because I think I might end it soon, but yeah, we'll see. But definitely next stream if you won't be able to see it. So all good. Yeah. So that's the TCG, right? Then the OCG, the same thing. Snake Eye Fire King, Rescue Ace, Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith is the new stuff that also now is giving Snake Eye lines as well. Synchrons. Why are Synchrons using it? I don't know. Infernoid. Infernoid is also there. They also haven't got their support. Oh yeah, we forgot about Infernoid, guys. Also fire support. Crazy. So what's the problem with this card? It says you send a face-up card you control to the grave. Special summon one level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. You see? The hand or the deck. So even if you don't even want to use the deck, you can still use your hand as well for further extension. And what makes it even worse is that you can banish this card from your grave, then target a Snake Eye or Diabellstorm monster. Add one level 1 fire from your deck to your hand, then place the targeted monster at the bottom of the deck. And obviously you can use only one effect per turn. But the fact that the only real restriction in this card is you must return a Snake Eye or Diabellstorm monster. Everything else is generic. You can special summon a level 1 fire from your hand or deck, and you can add a level 1 or fire from your deck to your hand from the grave. That's insane follow-up. Right? All you have to do is just return a Snake Eye or Diabellstorm monster, which is you're gonna have because you've been spamming your Snake Eye cards. Very easy. But the problem is this is the card that's bridging all the fire decks. Right? If you are playing level 1 fires, this is for you. Right? Because, for example, Synchron is using it because of Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is, guess what? A level 1 fire. Who would have thought, eh? A level 1 fire just got some support, a way to search Jet Synchron now. Okay, there we go. If you like, let's do a search. Okay. You say Asher, but it probably at that point probably doesn't even matter because they have further extension anyway. Because remember, they can use it as a starter or an extender. So let's search under. We go level 1. So we go level 1. We go fire. Okay, no, I'm unfortunately in the wrong place. Level 1 fire. So look at this, guys. Look at this. Level 1 fire monsters. Snake Eye cards, top 3. Makes sense, right? Jet Synchron's next because of the Synchron. So that's a link there. Look at this one. Legendary Fire King Ponix is a level 1 fire. Who would have thought? Okay? You know? If this card was a level 2 or a level 3, then Snake Eye Fire King will not even be a thing. Then Pure Fire King will be fine. But now look. Most used in Snake Eye Fire King, Tri-Brigade Fire King, Pure Fire King. Bro, it's literally because of this. It's a level 1 fire. That's the main thing you must worry about. Okay? I think let's search main deck as well. So not extra deck, but main deck. Look at that. There's 48 targets for this card at the moment in the game right now. There's Snake Eye Birch, which is a Snake Eye card. Rescue Ace Hydrant is for some reason a level 1 fire. Bro, I don't understand how these people thought about this, but okay, that's fine. You can add Kurikara Divine Incarnate with the Original Sin for Spoils, and you can search it off, which is also generic, by the way, Snake Eye Ash, because Snake Eye Ash says on summon, normal or special, you can add a level 1 fire, so it's even more generic than all the others. you know, which is ridiculous. And also the Oak can recover a level 1 from the banished pile or from the grave. So it's like generic. Anyway, what else is also good here? Infernoble, the Renard, level 1 Fire Warrior. Volcanic Shell, okay, level 1 Pyro, fine. What other targets are here? Another Infernoble Knight, the Ricardetto, again, it's a level 1 Fire. Volcanic Rimfire, okay. TG Rocket Salamander, level 1 Pyro. Bro, like, what? How TG can play Snake Eyes? Really? If not playing Snake Eyes, they can play the original Sinful Spoils. You understand? So can you see it becomes a problem because certain cards have bridges to so many other decks. You know? It's the same with Cyanide Mining. You might argue Cyanide Mining has the same thing because it bridges all the Cyberse decks together because it's generic, but the problem is not every deck is using Cyanide Mining unless you're playing Cyberse. So Cyberse is like in its own pool, you know? So if you're not playing Mathmech, you're not playing Marincess, you're not playing Salad, what are you playing? Nothing, really. You also have Infernoids here. Decatron is a level 1 Fire. Bro, like, I mean, there's, even if it's future cards, some of these cards are great. And then I'm sure in Master Duel you guys have seen this as well. This Mega Charlia, this Evil Tower card, this Reptile monster, is a level 1 Fire monster. So now you have the Evil Czar engine also in Snake Eyes. So now you see Evil Czar Snake Eyes to bring out Evil Czar Lars, which is another basically negate, basically Omni Negate. Because it just negates the effect, so it negates anything. Doesn't destroy it, but just negates. So it's like an Appaloosa, but for 2. You also have more Infernobles. You have the Jurak. No one really playing the Jurak. Salamangreat Mole. If you want to play that as well, you can play it. Level 1 Fire. What else? Okay, Boost Warrior, not really. Flame Wall Guard, no. What is this? Infernoble Knight. There we go. It's always treated Infernoble Knight card. Okay, that's also a target. Metaphors. See, Metaphors is also a target as well. They're also a fire deck as well. Mira and Machoke. What's this? Oh, this is a new card. OCG. Not released yet in the TCG. Okay, that's so interesting. But yeah, what other good targets are we're talking about here? Double Resonator. But then again, most of them they're locking out of Dark Dragon Synchros, so Resonator not really using this. I mean, it's actually not even that great actually. So they don't even play the card. Look at that. Salamangreat has a like. There's so many Salamangreat cards you don't even know exist, but they are there. You know. Yeah, bro. This Altergeist. Altergeist has a level 1 Fire. Who would have thought? This is in Master Duel. They can also play Snake Eyes as well, if they wanted to, before doing anything. Fangle the Sorot, okay, Link Apple. This is a Master Duel? Okay. Interesting. Alright. But yeah, the point is, this is a problem card, you know? Because the moment they make new archetypes now, they have to consider, oh wait, now it's fire, level 1. Oh, Snake Eyes can play it now. Or it's a bridge now to that deck. So now that's why Snake Eye Fire King is a problem, because it's like generic everywhere, you know? Because of the Ponix is the link between the Snake Eyes and Fire King. Everybody, all the cards don't match. So yeah, anyway, it's just a general observation. But yeah, but the point is that we need to find a way to Konami needs to find a way to not make so many cards generic. You saw now in the TCG what happened. Now they banned Baron de Fleur and Borolo Savage, because the problem is, if you want to make an archetype now, you have to now, everyone now is going to be comparing it now to a Baron or Borolo, because those are like the best cards. They're Omni Negates, right? They pop cards in the, okay, Baron is probably the best target because that one does everything. It can recur itself in the standby after its uses in the gate. It can pop a card on the field. It can negate ones, but if you use Espelil Knight, you can revive it once a while space up on the field. So if you get rid of it and you reborn it, it's still active again. So it's effectively no once per turn. Like, it's just, they realize, nope, this is just too much for the game. People want to break boards, but they can't because it's Omni Negate. So evenly match and all those other board breakers don't matter because they'll just negate it. So it's like, what's the point? You know? Because you're trying to play the game, but now it's like your opponent doesn't want to allow you to play the game. So yeah, so TCG made a right call, I think, banning generic stuff because they're trying to encourage people to actually make boss monsters for their archetype, because now if they want to release support now for certain cards, then yes, they can do that now without worrying about, oh, they're going to just use Baron instead, because they'll just be taking out Baron anyway, because that's just a better card. So yeah, it just encourages people to rely on their archetype boss monsters. Like, for example, Burl in Dragon was probably the only boss monster that was probably played within its normal deck, because it literally is the boss monster for Dragon Link, you know? It actually makes sense. Even, like, for example, Salamangreat Raging Phoenix should not be generic fire support. It should be Salamangreat, for example. It cannot be played in other decks, you know? But the fact that it's a fire monster, Snake Eyes can play it, it's just giving them more advantage. And I'm saying non-engine, you know? If you're into non-engine, it becomes a problem. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we've talked about that now. But all I'm saying is that I would just ban Snake Eye original Sinful Spoil, and that will kill all the linkage between all the Snake Eye variants and stuff. It will dope. Then pure Snake Eye will just be there. Then it's fine. There's no generic stuff that's being just splashed in everything. So yeah, let's play some games. Then we'll see how far we go. If we don't get far, then it's fine, because the game is saying otherwise. So I don't know. Because I'm going second like 90% of my games now, and the people are just gonna break boards and then or make boards which are just like potentially not good to beat. So let's see. Okay, this hand I can work with. I can work with this hand. But it all depends what they have, because I don't know what they're playing also. Generator. Okay, so definitely don't do anything on their turn. Do everything on your opponent's turn. So the impermanence, just use on your opponent's turn. That's it. Because they're forced to use it. Otherwise, or do I want to do something? Wait, hold on. No, I won't. I won't. Because generator plays on your turn, so you play on their turn. You play on your own turn. Yeah, I think this is fine. And then with Kaiju also. So if they go into the one that negates, we're gonna be fine. We also have Imperm as well, so if they want to do something, they can, but that means they have to get rid of their stuff now. So yeah, because if they don't have good hand traps, then we can pretty much clear the board easily. So it just depends what they're going to be searching now. Mardell. Now, I see the thing is, these are all baits because you want to use your Imperm on their turn, because you don't know what their end board is going to be like. So that's why I'm not going to use my Imperm now, because potentially I might waste a potential board breaker in a way, because I can use Imperm as a board breaker. So yeah, I think this is because I'm going to make the Leviathan level 9 XTs. I can Imperm that, or they can dodge it as well, but they don't have anything to equip. So it just depends what the state of their board is at the end. Okay. You predicted the Leviathan, okay. You see, our next draw is going to be very important because... Okay, normal summon, okay. You already used the effect already, haven't you? Yes, you have. You have, okay. In phase? Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be... The next draw is going to be very important. So let's see what we draw. Okay, Seals, okay. That's fine. That's somewhat playable. I'm gonna imperm this. I'm gonna imperm this now because he hasn't. Yeah, I'm gonna imperm this now before the horror comes out. So I'm gonna imperm this. Bro, Maxi, of course, bro. These guys, they can't do anything without Maxi, bro. Let's be honest. This game is just so, I don't know. Okay, now he's gonna tag it out. Okay. That's a problem because now it's a quick effect, right? Yeah, it's a quick effect, I think. The level 9 exceeds. Is it a quick effect? Yeah, it's a quick effect. You see, it's a quick effect. So if I play into this, then yeah, it's a problem. Because the idea was negate that, then it'll prevent him from going into this. But yeah, because you see, this is going to be a negate. So obviously there's a kaiju for it, but then the problem is I can't deal with that and this, because now this is going to disrupt my plays a little bit. Unless, hold on, each player draws one card, then each player drew. Okay, actually no, you know what, it's actually fine because I can decide what card I can give him, so I don't have to give him anything on my field. I can just give him this. At the end, it's fine. I can literally even give him this also. So it's actually fine. Oh, actually, no. No, it's actually not fine because there's another disruption in this card. This card is another disruption. It can summon a generator from the deck, which might be the one that banishes. Okay, so there might be an issue now with that. What? Okay, so that's making my life a bit easier. So I have to bail out the disruptions now. Okay. Oh, actually, wait. Let's see what we draw for turn. Actually, Pascalis. Oh, is that a good card to draw? I mean, yeah, but he can probably deal with it, right? I mean, definitely don't give him the kaiju. That'll be foolish now, because obviously you want to get rid of this. Actually, does this negate and destroy? Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I need to give him this. Yeah, I can have this. You can have that. This is tough because it got this card. You see, if this card wasn't in play, easy lethal damage, even through the maxi, easy. Whoa. Oh. Wow. Oh. Because I added a card from the hand. Okay, that's fine. We can use this for now. Okay. So obviously, first things first, we have to kaiju this. Otherwise, we can't play properly. We have to kaiju this. So his only disruption will be this card here. I will summon a monster from the deck, which might be a banish. Yeah. Yeah, if he gets out that card. Huh? Where opponent would summon a monster. Quick effect. Negate the summon. Negate the summon. Okay. So now we have to play around that now. So negate the summon, right? Negate the summon, so it will negate this. Huh? It won't negate? I don't. How does this card work? Where your opponent will spirit summon a monster, you attribute a generator monster or worm, negate the summon. So what do I? Huh? See, I don't want to go into blue slot this early though. I want to go into yeah, let's just do that. I don't know what is he gonna negate this? He actually took the, yeah, you see, this was correct. Yeah, this was correct. So you see the summon now is negated, so technically it wasn't summoned, so I can summon another one. Can you see? You see why it's prompting again? Because remember, it wasn't successfully summoned, so I can actually summon another one. So that's good. So now let's try and push now for lethal now. If you don't think I lose now, is choose Nibiru or even an Ash as well. Oh, he might have Ash. Oh, that's sad if he has Ash. Oh, come on, game. Oh, you're rewarding this player, bro, because of Max C, bro. Can you see what I'm saying? It's not even the deck, bro. It's just Max C, bro. That's just like annoying because now this is literally lethal right there. If Maxi didn't exist, easy lethal, easy. Because it would have got dive, Dead Spring Girl, search. Ah, bro, I don't know. Because now I'm stuck now. Now I can't do anything. And he's gonna win because of that. Because it's just Max C, bro. It's nothing. It's not even his deck. It's just Max C, bro. That's it. Because it's just gonna give him draws, and I obviously drew into an Ash, which now obviously shuts down most of the plays now. Oh, and that's what I'm saying. Because this season is just wild. Because I'm not losing to the deck itself. I'm losing because of Max C specifically, and obviously like other cards, which obviously now if you can't interact with it, then you're screwed. You know. I mean, if it wasn't Ash, if it was a Velo or something, but the fact that Max C existed, he had literally like no cards in his hand. So I'm giving him fuel basically. So you can't say, okay, I cleanly dominated this guy, because it's obviously showing, look, the ideas were there. I played through the disruptions. I wasn't expecting this one to come out, but okay. But there was a way to play around it, you know? So again, you see I said I didn't use my Imprim early because I knew this is how the deck works. So I was going to use it to my advantage. So, but the Maxi messed up everything. And to be fair though, he might have had Ash anyway. But the Maxi makes it a bit difficult because, yeah. And that's what I'm saying, man. Can you see? I drew, unfortunately, Pascalis in that. When we obviously had Mandarin and oh no, I drew Seals. I drew Seals in opening, but I drew Pascalis again. If it was a blue tang, I would have at least had something to do with. But I don't know. It's tough. It's easy lethal, yeah, easy. Ah, it's so sad, bro. Like. Cause I'm sure most of you guys face the same thing, right? Like, you've assessed the board, you know exactly what's happening, you know how to play the interruptions nicely, but again, one card just makes a difference. And I think that's why you see, especially in the TCG, why it's banned, because it just doesn't. It's just not healthy, bro. Because you know for a fact, some people are not supposed to win games, but Maxi literally carries games, and that's the game decider. You know, it doesn't even showcase like the ability of the player's skill or anything. Because now you're saying, oh, but now is the deck okay? Well, how would you know? Because you face too many sweaty Asians. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If the game is saying, okay, Maxi's in the game, but now the thing is, there's no real fair balance. And when I mean balance in the sense of like, you know, I don't know. Like even if they made Maxi to 1, it would at least do something. Because a lot of people are relying on Maxi to resolve. But the thing is, it doesn't make you a better player if you rely on Maxi though. That's why for a long time I was even saying like, I don't like playing Maxi in my deck because Maxi alone, it most of the time gets negated, so it doesn't actually do anything for me. So it's a card that's potentially dead in my hand if it gets negated. So it's like, it could have been something else, like another board breaker or a hand trap, but now I'm throwing that away for what? You know? And also now with Maxi, also with Maxi with the algorithms and stuff, like you're getting decent draws, but now you're giving your opponent also like the perfect hand, you know? So they can't even attempt to break your board if you want to, which is just ridiculous, you know? Because like I told you guys, I was literally in Diamond 1 twice, and now I'm in Diamond 4. So it just goes to show, like, it's not because the deck is performing bad, it's because I'm going second first of all, and this thing of coin flips doesn't make sense because now I'm always going second, you know? Why not do like something else? Change the coin flip or something, bro. Like, not make it so random, you know? At least make it rock, paper, scissors or something, bro. But for a coin flip, I mean, that's like, yeah, I don't know. I literally am going second most of the time. And you know, in Master Duel, it's all about if your deck is good going second. That's what, obviously going first, yes, your deck is fine, but I think it just shows going second what your deck can do. Because no one cares about how good your deck is going first. Because if you can break boards, yes, then that means your deck is good, you know. Like, look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy. He's just showing off now. Like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? He's probably thinking, oh wow, I've outplayed this guy. He has no way, he couldn't break my board. Well, look at that. Dark Ruler no more. Literally could have been the out though. But yeah, again. Here you go, here's a Dark Ruler. Take it. Because you gave it to me, so take it. Bro, it's just wasting time, bro. And I mean, like, oh, look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. The same thing happened in the other stream also. Go look at it. I played against a Blackwing player. Same thing. I went first. I played into Maxi. I gave him full combo. And the guy was just trying to burn me for game. I'm like, I'm not going to allow you to get that. Like, that doesn't make sense, you know? People are just weird, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They're just so weird. Now you see, look at the matchup I had against Purely, like where I actually had to, like, you know, actually break a board and actually like do something, and actually was like, okay, cool, fine. But in this case, what did I lose to? I literally lost to a Maxi. Oh wow, look at this guy's deck, bro. Look at this guy's deck. Kashtira, Divine the Herald, Eradicate, bro. I've also noticed Master Duel is becoming a place now where people are just playing win more. Like, they're running like so many different engines just to like play through stuff. Because now they know best of one is tough. Because they know on their own the deck cannot do anything. Because Generator is not that great. To be honest, it's not, because it relies on the field spell. And if you know how to interact with it well, you can time your stuff. Like, you see, it loses too evenly. Because all those tokens stay on the field, everything else goes except for one token. So, even he is a very hard counter there. impermanence, as you saw, is also pretty good. But obviously they did have that extra disruption in this thing. But yeah. But the thing, it's stuff like this, bro. Like, I mean, you probably think, how did I lose to this? No, I didn't lose to this. I lost to this card alone. This card alone, bro. Not even anything else. This card alone. That's it. Can't really lose to Gene Raider because they didn't really do anything. They set up a build, but I was able to deal with it. But yeah, look at that. Now I'm going first. Wow. And then watch, they're gonna have Maxi in their hand probably. What? You're gonna see. Okay. Oh, you see? Look there. You see? When the field lights up like that, you know they have Maxi, bro. So we're gonna go King Sarcophagus to test. And luckily we have Tactics Talent, so we can see the Maxis or whatever they have in their hand. Or maybe they don't. But you see, you got Basilima. Again, not a card you want to see in your hand to draw. You want to mill it. But luckily we have the Horus engine. We can pitch cards we don't want to see in our hand. We can put it in the grave. So Basilima's going in the graveyard, so we're gonna do that. You can ash it, doesn't matter. Obviously gonna send the water monster. So that would be just for extension if we need to. So let's see, does he have ash? Does he have interaction? Let's see. Okay, looks like he has nothing. So I'm gonna send Spring Girl. Okay, looks like he's got nothing. So I'm gonna try and go for combo here. Try. Keyword is try. I'm gonna play around Ghost Bell because people are playing Ghost Bell for some reason. Try and see if he has an Asher because this will see an Ash target. Wu-Tang, so doesn't look like he has anything. Horus. Oh, well, that's so weird because the cards I literally just have it in my hand. Okay, so what's good for follow-up? Probably another blue tank because I'm going to banish the other one in my grave, so that's fine. Yeah. So remember, the Horus cards do not change up the combo lines like drastically. It's just merely extension and also an extra layer of disruption if need be. Because sometimes, if you only have Horus cards and no Marincess cards, you can just play Horus until you get Marincess. It's actually good enough because the people are forced to interact. You know, they don't deal with this sarcophagus, then they're screwed. So at least it gives us a layer of plays if we don't have anything else to do. Ooh, Ice Barrier, that's nice. Whoa. Okay, that's actually a good mill. That's nice. So we have options. So obviously I'm not gonna go for field spell, of course. I never do. I don't know why, but I never do. So we have an option. So that's so I know this is follow-up. So you see, I'm not gonna use it early because I have to see what their board is, and then I can see if this is gonna be enough. So that's definitely a kaiju waiting to be used. So I'm gonna see what the board state is, and then I'll assess further. Because nowadays I have to play around stuff now. Super Poly's in play and all that other stuff. So I don't need putting too many bodies on field if I need to. But obviously if I get negated, then I have no choice but to. But yeah, that's the situation we have to do now in Master Duel. Now you have to play around things because now people could have Super Poly, people could have so many different things. So it's crazy. Yeah, we can go like this. Take this. I'll take a Basil. I'll add it back and I'll discard it again. So that's a nice thing. Just pitch it, discard it again. It's literally a like infinite discard loop. So that's nice. So unless he has Ash here, but I don't think so. Then you go here. Now you're probably thinking, how am I going to get the other thing? I'm going to keep the dive in my hand because again, I want to just have like some follow. So I'm going to use the Dominative here as just a free extender because again, it's just a mere extension. If obviously if I'm going to go for game or have more of a control board, I rather than will keep it on field. But I don't want to play around Super Poly, so or play into Super Poly, so rather just use it for link material and combo. Use it for your combos, and that's it. So if they don't deal with this, it's gonna come back next turn. If there's nothing of board presence, I might even throw in Dimseti as well, and then that's it. But we have DD Crow, we have talents, so we didn't have to use it yet. But I assume we may use it in the next duel. So let's see, or the next turn. So let's see. So remember, we do have Ice Barrier for next turn, so we have to see what their board is, and we can assess. And we also have protection with Basilima. If there's a destruction deck or something like that, then we easily have that protection for one turn. And if we're unaffected, we'll be good. So a lot of interaction we can have here. Potentially, we could draw something nice as well. We can draw with Bubble Reef, because it's basically like, again, getting draw one. Oh, a draw. That's nice. That is very nice. So if they add something, we draw, then they have to play on the draw. And for some people, that hurts, you know. So very nice pickup to get there. Though most people can play through draw, but it depends how good their hand is. So yeah, let's see. Ooh, branded regained. Okay, branded regained. So Bestials, we don't care about Bestials because we don't have any dark monsters in our deck. Oh, it's oh, you see, Crimson Gaia is gonna add a card. Oh, that's sad. Because draw's gonna kill them, fortunately, unless they have Call by the Grave. Ooh. Let's see, add a card that mentions one card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. Let me just double check quickly. Bone Archfiend searches. Where's Bone Archfiend? Yeah, where is it? Yeah, this one searches. Where's Bone Archfiend? Where's Bone Archfiend? Not here. Okay, yeah, we just negate this because I don't want them to add and then draw, because that will just be bad. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. He probably has it already in his hand, right? Most likely. Huh? What? Call by the Grave? Dude, I have another one. Why is he... Bro, he's wasting his Call by the Grave, bro, and I have a drawn Lockbird right here or a DD Crow. Like, wow. What a guy, bro. He's wasting his Call by the Grave? Very interesting. Now, you see, that's a bad play, because if I have a potential hand trap, and then you're going to be screwed now because my Call by the Grave was used up on something that doesn't even do anything yet. Look at this. Bro, like, I don't understand. I mean, sure, he might have not had anything, but the thing is, that's not how you use Call by the Grave. I mean, you don't use it for such things that have no impact on the game state. Like, I don't even know, bro. What, like, and I hate to say it, but sometimes you face against bad players, and this is an example of bad players, because I mean, they don't get what they want, and they become salty, and then they start banishing your stuff and doing weird things. And trust me, I've faced a lot of bad players, because always say, timing of interruptions is a difference between a good player and a skillful player. Very big difference. So you see that was not smart, because if I draw a Lockbird, he should have called by early, but we're probably gonna do it. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't waste Call by the Grave like that, though. Ooh, okay. We got a board here. Okay, we got a hand. Good turn one hand. We have draw. We have called by. We have talents. Very good. Very good. So we can check for nib if he has nib, but this is one card combo. One card combo. Love to see it. let's hope it doesn't get interrupted. If it gets interrupted, it's fine. We can have talents, we can look at the hand, and then most people scoop when you look at the hand, so it's like... I mean, even if he nibs us, I mean, worst case, if core and enemies on the field, it gets a water monster back, then we still have Ron into Gamir, so even if we get nibbed, it's fine. If we get ashed, I mean, that's a problem. Like now. Ooh. What do we call by that? Yeah, I think we want to. We have to. We have to, right? Because also turns off Ash for the next turn. So if he decides to use Maxi, if I get Maxi for some reason, he can't Ash. So, you know. Okay. We're gonna get this. Let's check the hand first for Nibiru, maybe, or any other hand trap he might have. Because my hand is not too bad. Let's check what else he has. What is he playing? Oh my gosh! You see? Look at that! Look at this! Look at this! Super poly with fusion deployment, waiting, like literally waiting for a phone of Albaz, and then that's it. And then because of that, he's going to have advantage with the super poly, because remember, super poly is going to be, it's obviously I won't be unaffected if I target the wave, so I need to actually get rid of super poly actually. Or I should just get a fusion deployment. What do you guys think I should get rid of? Because remember, if I don't get rid of fusion deployment, you'll use Albaz, then you can just change super poly, then I still lose my my link 4 already. So I think we have to get rid of super poly. I think, yeah, I think super poly is the way. We can deal with Albaz, that's fine, we can deal with that. So now we know that information, we can kind of play around that. Let's see how are we gonna do that. Let's see, because you can't negate super poly, so we have to get rid of super poly, because that's gonna be a problem for us, you know. Yeah, I see. So that's very useful hand knowledge there. So, and also, you know, he's playing branded as well. So if he has the sarcophagus, he'll probably banish the tragedy to add a Despia card, which is the Alibur. So I think, yeah, this is the right call, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to Ron Adrian just for a moment, because I don't want to put too many bodies on field, because again, you can super poly our field potentially, so we don't want to have that interruptions there. There's the, yeah, if he gets Albaz and he has super poly still, I'll be disappointed, because we shuffled it back into the deck, so you shouldn't be able to get it again. I'll be very surprised though, because I've found that with Tactics Talent, it actually doesn't put the target back into the it doesn't shuffle, it actually just puts on top of the deck, which is not actually correct. So yeah, this should be enough. This should be enough, yeah. Because Fusion Deployment will probably get Albaz to try and fuse this away. If I chain wave, then you won't be able to do anything. If he has super poly, that would be disappointing even more, because we already have Mirror on the field. But let's draw for a turn and see what we get. Let's draw for a turn and see what we get. Okay. Motif again, not really ideal, but okay. Fusion Deployment. Oh, okay, it's going for Cartesia. Okay, interesting. All right. Yeah, so Sarcophagus is going to go into Tragedy. Tragedy is going to add a card, so then draw Lockbirds in play. And if I remember, I didn't see like what? What? Huh? Did he just banish Alibur the Jesper of Despia? This guy's not serious, right? Wow. This guy's not serious. He literally just banished the wrong card. I think he forgot that you have to banish the card. You're not adding the card. The card he should have banished was Thespian Tragedy. Tragedy will add back Jester of the bro. I don't understand these players, bro. And that's what I'm saying. If you're losing to players like this, you have every reason to justify it, because clearly some of these players are bad, bro. But yet they're playing the top tier deck like Branded. I mean, this is basic 101. Even I don't play Branded as much, but I know what the combo lines are. Because you play against it so much, so you start getting used to what the interactions are. It's such a bad move, bro. But anyway, we'll take it. Because again, bad players are playing good decks. Which is, it's not supposed to be like that, but look at that. He's playing a 60 card deck. She should be playing better. But yeah. That's interesting. You see, he's playing Ghost Ogre for the Horus cards. So I guess he didn't. So you see, it was actually better to shuffle away the Super Poly, because trust me, his play would have been Fusion Deployment into Albaz try and attempt to fuse. Then he'll change Super Poly. Then I still lose to Mirror Jet anyway. So you see, we play around it. So very good. But yeah, I think he misplayed heavily by banishing the wrong card. Yeah, I don't know. Going second on the rank up, bro. You love to see it, bro. On the rank up. And watch, I'm probably gonna play against some crazy meta try-hard player. I don't even know. Okay, this is a good hand. This is decent, right? No Marincess name, but we got Mseti, we got... Speaking of Horus. Oh my god, and he threw away Feather Duster. Bro, what are you doing? Bro, you can't be throwing cards away like that, bro. Feather Duster is a very useful card. Wow. If this is pure... Ice Dragon's Prison? Bro. Much face element great. I've faced it a few times, but some matchups are okay, some are not okay, because they just have, you know, depending on the board state, of course. Wait, what? Labyrinth? Huh? Labyrinth? There's no fiend monsters in Horus. Bro, what? Give me a Marincess name and this is over. This is over, bro. This is so over. Unless it's a summon limit and probably maxi in his hand, but it's fine. We're gonna find that out right now. I'm actually gonna summon Ogre first. See what's happening there with their board state. If it's maxi, I'll be just like whatever. Cash Ogre. Imperm, please. Okay, no, it's not Imperm. So here's the thing, it's Horus versus Horus. So I'm actually not gonna use the trap. I'm actually gonna ditch it because I want to keep thrust. So I'm fine with getting rid of the trap. Doesn't always come up, but I mean, obviously we're going second now, so it's not really useful. Draw a card, let's go. Draw, okay, it's not too bad. So obviously don't put this in this column. So draw is not going to be useful in this thing. So I'm going to go this, ditch the draw, and send this card. Unless it's called by the grave, then it shuts off this card as well. Okay, so now let's do the plays now. Let's go. I don't want a normal summon though. Yeah, let's do this. Because we still get protected from battle, but I don't think he has something that. So I think that's Imperm. I think that's Imperm. so we'll know it's imperm. We'll check now if it's imperm. Let's check if it's imperm. We'll use this. Like, we literally even just banish his field and it will be good enough already. And we can go, we can search this. No. Huh? Okay, we're gonna go see Angel. Huh? But these guys are not doing anything on the field, they're not doing anything, so. Get the field spell. Okay. Do you have Ash? What do you have, bro? What do you have? Summon from the deck. Do you have Ash? You don't have Ash? What is this guy on, bro? Okay. Blue Tang. Saint Spring Girl. What? Bro, I'm so confused what's going on here. Gonna go into this. Into materials. Should be okay, right? Yeah. But here. Hello, how are you? Hello, welcome. Welcome. How you doing? Ooh, Marincess wave, bro. This is so over. This is so over, bro. Even if he has Nibiru, this is over because we are protected now. We are literally protected, so it doesn't even matter anymore. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm good. Blue eyes or red eyes? I think one is potential, one is power. So power is blue eyes and potential is red eyes. So I think I'm more of a potential guy. So yeah, that's me. I would go red eyes because remember, red eyes has a pretty insane monster in Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and that's potential. So yeah, I think blue eyes has that new Dragon Master Knight retrain. But yeah, we're not gonna say anything about that. Bro, but this is like the easiest game of my life, bro. What is this? Is it? I don't know. Yeah, good answer. Yeah, that's literally how I would phrase it. So, bro, this is so over. Like if it's imperm or nib, it doesn't. I mean. Wow. Okay. Yeah, man, I don't even know what are we even doing. I mean, the only thing we lose to is Nib. That's the only thing we lose to. But I don't see myself losing, yeah. Unless I lose in Nibiru, but that's it. And worst case, I will have some follow up and I do have tactics talent to steal the Nib anyway, and then do something. But yeah, what is your answer, Captain? What is your answer? Blue eyes or red eyes? Let's do this. If it's imperm, it literally doesn't matter, bro. It literally doesn't matter. Because we literally have Marincess wave, which is like, oh, bro, super poly? What? Are you, what? Bro. Super poly? Is that what I'm going to be losing to? Wow. Bro. Okay. Alright. Okay. So now he wants to play like that, huh? Okay. And remember, I have a normal summon, so he wants to play like that. Let's play like that. Let's play like that. No, I need to banish. I need to banish this guy, bro. This guy needs to banish. Do I put this back? No. I have a normal summon, bro. That's just crazy. Oh, bro, super poly. Wow. So even if I chain wave, he sort of use super poly anyway. Just wild, bro. Wild. Well, he's using the entire field anyway, so I'm not too worried about that actually. Oh, that's sad, bro. Okay, well, there's Ash gone. Well, okay. Man, now I have to do it the hard way, bro. This is so weird. And I can't summon the Jamutif as well, because one of the Imseri. Yeah, because oh, now I have to do it this way. Okay, so luckily I have a second Zealantis. Oh, I can just, yeah, no, this is actually just gonna be better. And this is so whatever, bro. Please activate. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the unfortunate part is he gets his water monsters back, but it's fine because I'm gonna flip it face down. Yeah. Well, actually, no. This one, I'm gonna flip it up. We can deal with this one. This one, though, we can't deal with. Yeah, this one we can't deal with. This one is. That's sad, bro. Super poly, bro. Like it's like generic stuff, bro. Like wow, what is that, bro? That is so. How can you have super poly of all cards, bro? He must be the luckiest guy ever. So he only has one card. So he only has one Horus, and I don't know. I mean, King Theater Zealand is fine, but oh no, come on, bro. He's playing the deity as well. What? Oh, bro. Okay, I think I need to go Horus first. Horus, yeah. It's Horus first. Horus. Bro, what? Are you kidding me, bro? Like, and I've used both my Zealantis as well, so now it's literally just control. I have to go control now. Ooh, this is tough, man. Oh yeah, okay. SP, yeah, that's just gonna be a problem now. It's just gonna be a problem. Oh no, actually, it won't be a problem. Actually, it won't be. It won't be. Oh, actually, it won't be a problem. Hold up. We can go like this. Oh, this should be good, right? Yeah. Oh, this is what I have to do now. Okay. Go like this. Oh, it won't be enough, but at least it will do something, though. Oh, yes. Yes. Horus. That's what I'm saying, guys. Horus comes into clutch here. Nice. Oh, bro, because that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way I was gonna lose to Super Poly. There's no way, bro. No way. And can you see what I'm saying, guys? The nice thing about Horus, as much as it's a bit annoying, Marincess has the easiest way to deal with it is just banish everything. yes, the water monster geometry comes back, but we flip it face down, then it's not protected from the king sarcophagus, so we can just pop it nicely, pop both of them, and then that's it. But that's basically what was going to be the play. I was going to banish the Lantis the field, rearrange the monster zones, co-link, destroy everything, and then go for game. But then obviously I had super poly, but luckily we had enough extinction, so oh yeah. And good thing we have the Horus cards ourselves, so it's like, yeah, good thing our cards don't activate, because if we activated something, we'd have been screwed. But yeah, so yeah, that was, can you see what I'm saying? It's not like we can't break boards. We can break the boards. It's just that now we're there. So now we're back in Diamond 3 again, but we were here like a while ago, which is just funny. Digi Artist, welcome, man. Welcome. I think you just missed most of the stream, bro. Like, and I'm about to end. That's sad. Because the thing is, I want to carry on streaming, but ideally, I want to stream tomorrow. We can stream for longer. Then we can try and push to get back to where we were. Because as I showed the stream earlier, just to give you a recap. So as you can see here, I was in Diamond 1 already. You see, as of yesterday, May 23rd, I was in Diamond 1 twice. But then I was deranking, and I ranked up again to Diamond 1, but then I was deranking again because of like weird stuff. I did do a recap. So if you want, you can play it back after this, just to give more context as to what's been happening. But basically, it's just like, as the title says, the season is wild, bro. Because how is it that some matchups I'm fairly comfortable, even going second, I'm fairly comfortable. Now, obviously, we lose to stuff like Maxi. Like, for example, today, we lost to this Gene Raider deck, not because of Gene Raider, it was because of Maxi. Because we played all the interactions, we played through it, but they had Maxi, so now they probably drew into the Ash or whatever. That now obviously killed our opportunity to go for game. But it's like those small interactions which now, but that's why we're currently now in Diamond 3 again, because you see, look at the streak. Diamond 2, okay, 1, and then just went on a crazy losing streak, bro. Because people are playing Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, you know, they're playing like just generic stuff. So we're losing to all these generic things, which doesn't really help anybody. Because now if you can't interact with it, then you're kind of screwed. And trust me, our hands are quite. Have been quite consistent. I mean, you can check now the last replays now of the stream. You can see fairly consistent hands, and Horus Engine is doing his job, especially in this duel now. You see, this duel was against. Let's see what it was against. Oh my gosh, bro! Horus Labyrinth. Horus Labyrinth, brother. Oh my gosh. Gamer Zero. Oh, bro, like. Do you remember when we last left that stream? We were at Diamond 2, right? Then I waited to Diamond 1. I deranked twice. I still got back to Diamond 1, so Diamond 1 twice. Then I derank all the way down to Diamond 4, bro. Because of the game playing trash. Like, look at this deck, bro. Losing to 60 card mashup piles with Horus involved, and summon limits and transaction rollback and super poly. We almost lost to super poly. Imagine, bro. Like, I can't believe it. Like, yeah. So, like, I mean, what is this deck, guys? How do you explain this? When does Labyrinth play Horus, bro? Like, I was so confused because they just called it Labyrinth. I'm like, what? You playing Labyrinth? Like, no. I mean, there's no synergy at all. I mean, there is, but bro, like, you might as well just not play the Horus cards and just play Labyrinth, because you're better off playing that. But anyway, because now look at your traps. Look at your trap lineup. You're playing one ofs, and then your 3 big welcome, and then that's it. So where's your traps? And they're not Labyrinth anymore. But you maxed out 3 ladies. 3. Okay, 3 areas, okay, that's okay, but Ariana's? Ariane? Excessive, I would say. Because your Horus cards were showing there, so now I don't know. What are you actually playing? And you're playing the Dear Servant? Okay, but you are playing the Ecclesia, so yeah. So like I was saying, guys, I'll I was planning to stream more, but now the thing is, I have to wake up early tomorrow because I have like a meeting or something, so I have to like prepare for it, like actually prepare like a presentation I have to do, so I have to do like research and stuff. So yeah, bro. So tomorrow definitely around the same time we'll definitely stream on again, and we'll continue. As you can see, we are in Diamond 3, but we've been at Diamond 1. You can see from the reward list, I can show you, because remember, you get the rewards from when you reach the ranks. Okay, it's not showing here, but we've already got the rewards already. So we've already reached Diamond 2, we've reached Diamond 1 already, but it's just showing that we're not there yet, but we are there. We've got it before, so yeah, we're gonna try and push. Again, just to remind everybody, this is the deck list we're playing. It's Marincess, yes, with Horus in, but you know what they say. If you can't beat them, you gotta join them. You have to adapt. So we're adapting. So we're adapting to the meta, and you know, it is what it is. No problem, Gamer Zero. Tomorrow, same time again, you know, we're back at it again. So all good, man. It's fine. I know a lot of people are just joining now, but it's not another one of those long streams. It's one of those quick ones. So I was just giving like an update as to what's happening with the season, some replays, and then we just talked about some card discussions in the beginning, and then we did like a few duels. We didn't do too much, so we'll do more dueling tomorrow. But yeah, this is just a quick Friday stream. But yeah, you played versus April? No, bro, it's not, guys. It is not April that plays branded. I know. I've watched him play in the tournaments that he's participating in. This is not April. April is not. Look what April's playing. He's playing Paleo, a rollback pile. He's definitely not playing this, and he's definitely in master rank, because if you go look at his YouTube channel, he always showcases different decks going to Master 1. So I think this season he took Snake Eyes or Branded to Master 1, so he's definitely in Master rank. He's not in Diamond rank. As you can see, this is Diamond rank, Diamond 2. He's not, it's not the same April that I know. Okay, so don't be fooled by the names, guys. I mean, if you see another, yeah, you can always climb later. Don't have to early. What do you mean don't have to early? Like, yeah, the thing is, I should have been in master rank by now, but the game is saying no, because I was at Diamond 1 twice, like literally twice, and I showed the history from where I started. I was literally at Diamond 1, as you can see from the last thing, but then it doesn't show the other replays now because I've played others. But just go to the beginning of the stream, you'll see where I explained. I literally was at Diamond 1, but then I was losing to just the most cheesiest stuff ever, like, you know, playing like Horus Naturia. And remember, all these games, most of these games were going second. And if you're going against decks which now are doing Calamity Lock, Summon Limit, all those things, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. But somehow, for some reason, we're able to have a good matchup against Purely, right? Purely with UDF and unaffected Exploding Noir on the field, Royal, by the way, and we still were able to win going second. Come on, bro. Like, the math doesn't make sense, because this is in Diamond rank, and we're playing against these type of players, and we're able to deal with this, but now we can't deal with stuff in Diamond 1. Come on, doesn't make sense. I mean, our matchups today were fairly, like, even this guy, he's playing Horus Bristol Resonator. Yeah, Horus Bristol Resonator. But I guess he's playing Witcher Strike even. Like, what is this guy, bro? Like I said, people are just playing mashups of everything. I mean, at least for me, I'm not playing like, I'm just playing a small little Horus engine, but it's not really like my main plays. It's just to make it a bit more consistent, you know? In the sense of, okay, I get the draws off from SETI, I have an extended geomotive if I need it, you know, because it's nice. And obviously it's an interruption beta, because obviously they have to deal with this, otherwise monsters are coming back. So gamer must try a different deck. I can try a different deck, but unfortunately, the cards that I want to see are not in the game yet. So until that time, definitely in the future, we might not be playing Marincess only. We might be playing just maybe different water decks or different decks in general when that support comes. Because unfortunately, Master Duel is a bit behind with the new cards. So I want to play different decks, but now we don't have the cards yet. So for example, Water Xyz, I definitely want to be playing that because that can play a lot of disruptions, a lot of stuff. But yeah, going to be playing Goldie. Yes, I play Water Synchro. It's basically a Water Synchro power with Goldie, with all the Synchro engines you can think about. Just playing on your opponent's turn is so fun. And yeah, when that support comes, then we're gonna play Water Synchro, because already when it comes to the Synchro events and all those things, I do play those cards. But it's just like, yeah, the white aura stuff, the Goldie stuff, when that comes, then it will just get better. The same with the shark cards. Water Xyz will just make it like a 10 times better. So definitely, not that the deck can't play now, it can play, but it's just that at this point in time, in terms of the most competitive, like viable in the meta right now that can deal with it, I think Marincess is kind of the best water deck at the moment. Not saying like Umi Control cannot deal with it, just like Umi Control is Umi Control, right? I mean, obviously it's a kind of a stun deck in a way, but a nice one. I like Kyrushin, but I mean, that's kind of boring. You're just playing a stun deck, because that's what it is. Yeah, so it's not to say that Marincess is the only deck I play and I don't play anything else. Look, I can also play Black Wings if you want me to play Black Wings. I also play Black Wings. I actually do play Black Wings fairly often. When I sometimes I just go to casual match, I just play a few games, just to see, okay, is the deck still viable? It definitely is viable. Yeah, there's so many decks I would like to play, but now it's just that, I mean, Marincess I found is the more like, not enjoyable, but like the one that no one really expects, because they don't know, like, because especially the way I'm playing it, no one plays the way I'm playing it. So it's like, oh, you're playing it this way, like, geez, I thought would be the choke point, but the way I play it is almost like you have to really know what the choke point is, otherwise, because my hand will dictate what the choke point is. If there's nothing, I got nothing, but if I have something, I'm gonna play through it. So yeah, definitely tomorrow we'll try and push, we'll get as far as possible into the higher tier, but I don't know, man, there's still time. But yeah, oh, by the way, before we end off the stream, let me just also talk about this as well. The Link Festival, I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? I mean, I already finished up the event very quickly. This is the decklist I was using. It's Marincess, no-brainer, right? Now remember, synchros are banned, so obviously no ISJ Gamia, but it just means I can add another Koran enemy, because geez, Koran enemy is just great. You could also add a third blue slug if you want to, but I found Koran enemy, if it gets destroyed or some reason interrupted, at least I have another link to go into. And I can play Silent My Name because, again, most of the cards are banned. So yeah, it's not too crazy, but yeah, this deck is fairly reasonable. Small Shark engine just to search, Abyss Shark into Dream. Dream is a free special summon. I mean, literally maxing out the main names: Mandarin, Pascalis. Obviously, Basilium is still at 1. There's actually a funny duel, which I think I'll probably show it tomorrow. Like, I had the worst hand possible, but yet against Chimera, because Chimera is in the event legal, bro, the guy had all his monsters on the field, spammed everything, destroyed all, even used talents, all that stuff, and he still lost, bro. Because, like, the most funniest thing, he couldn't out it. I was like, oh wow, despite all of this, he couldn't out that. And then yeah, so, and also I found also heroes are playing more often in this event. I don't know why is heroes so popular, because it's just DPE spam and plasma. But even then, it doesn't do anything because some of these players don't even think. Because like this card, bro, alone. Like I would say the MVP of the festival is this card because so many players going second, they spam DPE, right? They spam DPE, and then they think, okay, I'm gonna lose to my normal summon or destroy my monsters. But then once I put Basilema in the graveyard, it's over, bro. Like the timing of it, bro. It's just like, what? Okay, like let me see if I can have a quick replay actually before we can head out. I think that will just be like just to show how funny it is. Where is this? Like you see, some of these guys are master rank caliber. By the way, master rank caliber. What is this? Is this? Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, this is Naturia. Naturia with their Bellstar with DPE package. He's not linking. You're not linking something at all. He's just turboing out DPE. So this is funny. So let me show you what happened. Remember, this is a master rank player. Master rank player. Let me show you what happened. The funniest things ever, bro. Like what? You'll make it go like, huh? Why did you not activate this early? You'll see. Running Beat Trooper. That's interesting. I like insects. Not the insects in real life, but insects in like yeah, you know. So my hand is pretty decent. Going second, I got 2 Veilers. I'm pretty happy. I've got some sort of interaction going second because I got Ron, you know. Talents also for going second, pretty good. This guy pitches evenly matched. Okay, going first. Diabell Star, alright, fine. I use the Veiler, of course, because again, I don't know what they're playing, but when I see Diabell Star, I'm like, bro, Snake Eyes is pretty much banned because Popular is banned, so. And Flamebird, I think. He goes Naturia. I'm like, bro, Naturia, Synchros are banned, so what are you doing with the Camellia? At least with my Tuna monster, I can go into a Link 2. What is Naturia doing in the Synchro, in the Link event without Synchro monsters? Link spam, I guess. And that's exactly what's happening, because after I negate this as well, then you're gonna go into the classic Verta Anaconda DPE Turbo, right? So 2 effect monsters, Fusion Destiny, and then of course the classic DP to the E is here, and then there we go. Everyone's favorite boss monster, right? And I don't understand what this interaction is, because this is going to the graveyard anyway. Like, I don't know why he popped this, because you'll see what he popped, right? This is going to the graveyard anyway, but he pops the card and he pops the Link 2. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Why are you using that effect? Because it's going to the graveyard anyway. It doesn't change the effect. I was like, okay, fine. And he sets 1. Okay, fine. So I draw for turn. I draw Blue Tang, which is like obviously the greatest hand you could have drawn, because I think I wouldn't have done much. And like I told you guys, what's the main play? If you're playing against a opponent or a board that potentially is disrupting, like to destroy cards, Basilema is your best target to put in the grave. So Blue Tang will get you there. If Ron, Adrian, and Basilema is in your hand, ditch it to the graveyard, and then it's protected still. So I'm like, I'm gonna use Ron Adrian first to obviously bait out the interaction, because I don't know what he's gonna do. So let's see, does he use the effect? No, he doesn't. He only has a Natural Blessing. Okay, fine. Doesn't do anything. Now I go Blue Tang, and guess what I'm gonna send? I'm gonna send obviously Basilema. He's gonna use the effect of Mole Cricket, which is gonna trigger my talents. And then guess what? I'm gonna send Basilema, and he's gonna send a card. Fine, add a card. Doesn't really matter because he has 6k life points. He's probably gonna lose this turn, so doesn't matter. Now I use talents. Obviously, I'm not gonna look at his hand because his hand doesn't have much. But nothing was lighting up, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and bait out this just to show him that, hey, your DP does nothing. I'm gonna steal this monster, link it off, and then go for game, because that's what I have, full combo, right? I'm gonna take control of his DPE. He wants to activate the effect thinking that it's gonna work, but again, people don't read. Classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Players don't read. That's what I always say. When you're playing against boards, always check the graveyard, check stuff, because you probably have to ask why are they sending this card specifically, because that's not part of the normal combo. Why are you sending Basilisk instead of Blue Tang or not Blue Tang, but like Seahorse or Springer? Why are you not sending those cards? Why are you sending this card specifically? It's just simple reading, bro. It makes a difference. And then he thinks it's gonna work, and then nothing works. Basilisk protects. You know, Basilisk protects all your monsters. And apparently this is not once per turn. So if you have multiple copies in the graveyard, which is 3 copies obviously, you can protect from destruction 3 times. Because if you look at the line text, it's like a continuous, like repetitive effect. So if you have multiple copies, it will apply the same effect. It's only these ones that are once per turn. But this one is like whenever you have it, it's available, use it. Okay, take control. Remember, it still resolves. Even though there's no DP is gone, I can still take your Natura Camellia and then go for game. Combo off, get 6k damage, go for game. I had full combo right there. Literally full combo. So I was like, this is master rank players. Master rank players. This guy's a master rank player. Basic interaction. Doesn't know. And I was like, bro, like this is what the event has been for me. Literally just a walk in the park. Like I don't even know. Like literally. It's like, yeah. All monsters, even ones with different types. Yeah, it protects all monsters. All monsters. It doesn't have any restriction. That doesn't say Marincess monsters or anything. Look at the card. The card literally says, if a monster or monsters you control will be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So it doesn't check attributes or anything. It just says monsters. So that's literally a blanket protection, which is almost like, so it's unlike. I'll show you this. Salamangreat. Similar to, so it's not like Balinks, because Balinks says if a Salamangreat cards you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this from your graveyard instead. But however, this is only once per turn, because it says you can only use each effect of Salamangreat Balinks once per turn. So adding the field spell, which is a sanctuary, and protecting your Salamangreat cards. Basilisk does not look at Marincess cards, it looks at monsters only, but it protects your monsters, all your monsters on your field. Linked monsters, non-linked monsters, anything. So it's even better than Balinks, because Balinks is only once per turn, but this is that effect is not once per turn. So if you have multiple copies, which you can run multiple, but why would you? It does come up, you know. And I'm actually even considering this card even bumping it up to 2 copies, because this card is so underrated. Because I rather run instead of running 3 Pescalis, I rather run 2 Pescalis, 2 Basilima, or even dropping Mandarin for another Basilima, because I felt like Basilima, especially in the meta coming up with the fire monsters, Fire King, they destroy a lot of cards. So I think I'm considering running Basilima to 2. I'm thinking about it. So, but obviously we have to see how it works in Master Duel, how the Fire King cards are going to work. But I know definitely there'll be a lot of destruction going on, because you can play through 1, but playing through a second might be a bit of an issue. So, because remember, Promethean will be in the grave, but then there might be another Fire King that destroys something on the field or whatever. So you don't want to be blindsided by that. So Basilima is a very underrated card, and you'll find a lot of Marincess builds do not run this card, which I don't understand why, because it's like it even stops Unchained. Unchained, if this card's in your grave, they can't do anything, because they try to destroy, nothing happens. Obviously, if you have wave, yes, you're unaffected, but most of the time you don't. I remember I watched the matchup against I think Marincess made top 16 in one of the meta weeklies. I think they played against Unchained. Now, obviously, I was watching it from a perspective, okay, cool, how I would have played it, but I think the Marincess player could have played a bit better, especially against Unchained, because they were not prioritizing getting Basilima in the grave, which I think they had in their deck. But but there was some interactions where they could have avoided that if they had Basilima, because I think they had Bubble Reef. They attack into the monster, but then obviously I think it triggered an effect to when the card is destroyed, it summons the Abominable Unchained from the deck, and then it destroyed the card in the field. And now because it was a damage step, now you're probably asking, does Basilima work in the damage step? Yes, it does. Because damage step includes cards that will change attack, change protection, or anything. Because it doesn't say except during the damage step. If you would have been destroyed, it will prompt you, do you want to activate Basilima to protect? So even in the damage step, where most cards cannot activate, it will activate. So I think in that matchup, I mean, you can go and look at it. I think it's on DK's channel. You can go look at it. That person was playing Marincess, could have had a better matchup had they just known the interaction with, Unchained, because Unchained is all about destruction. So they could have played around that by just having at least a Basilima, or making sure that your monsters was unaffected by the destruction effects, so that it would be okay. But they still did well to get top 16. But I mean, their matchups were not really, I would say, not that bad. But they could have played a bit better. But hey, everyone can play a bit better. Even me, I can also play a bit better. But at least I know what the interactions are, because I do value this card more against those type of matchups. Even Snake Eyes with Promethean, I don't care if Promethean's in the grave. As long as Basilima's in my graveyard, it's just a bait for Promethean, because Promethean's, I'll destroy a monster, but nope, it protects everything. And they're probably like, oh, whoa, that also happened. So yeah, so definitely don't ignore the card, because although people don't play it, I would consider, especially if you with the Fire Kings coming, I would probably consider this bumping this to 2 and maybe dropping Pascalis to maybe 2 or 1, arguably, because I'm seeing this card more often than my 3-ofs anyway. So even at 1, I probably will see it often. So I'm thinking even running it at 2 in my main build, because I always experiment. So yeah, so that's the Link Festival. I'm sure you're playing probably other decks. I was actually trying out the loner decks. I was actually trying out Memento, actually. Funny enough. I won't lie. I actually thought Memento was actually difficult to learn. It's actually not difficult. It's actually pretty easy to know what the combo lines are, because it's literally just, it's not linear, but it's pretty consistent to get the combined creation out with the trap card and everything. So like you have full setup, very easy. So it just obviously depends what your interactions are with your opponent, because this card, Bone Party, dodges Emperor Veilers and all those things, because it just destroys the monster that you're targeting and it summons another monster, so you can still combo off as if nothing happened. Though you do lose to Nibiru though, because obviously they're gonna wait for you. So if you're playing against Memento, one thing to wait for is wait for the combined creation to be summoned, then you can Nibiru. Do not Nibiru during the combo, because this suffers monsters from hand and the grave. So if you put them to the grave, it doesn't help you, because they're still going to summon the combined creation even though it's in the hand. So I think it's only, and remember, by that point you shuffled all the resources, because remember, there's no restriction on how many times you can summon it, as long as you have 5 different Memento monsters with different names. So as much as material as you have, but obviously by that point you would have used all your materials anyway, because as you can see, there's only 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 name Memento cards. There's only 9, so realistically you're only summoning 1 monster, 1 combined creation at least for the turn. So do not use Nibiru early. Use Nibiru after they've summoned the combined creation, then you're good to go. Then you at least stop them from summoning that, they won't be able to summon again. So those are the instructions I learned. So yeah, maybe I should be playing this deck. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe I should be playing the Memento deck. And luckily there's a bit of a loner here, so I think I have most of the cards. Oh, I do have some of the cards actually, so I can even build it myself. Okay, I don't have this, but I definitely need 2 of this, because I realize having 1 is not that great. Having 2 is nice, because you have an extra copy. If you draw the other one, it's not too bad, because more names the better. That's one thing about this deck, so more names the better. So definitely learning Memento. even when they don't have the full power yet. I mean, it's still pretty good though. It's still put up a crazy board. Obviously, this is not the best way because the extra deck is a bit weird, but yeah, we can get there. Okay. I think, like I said, tomorrow we'll dive more into it. But for now, we're in Diamond 3. Again, we were there before, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Just for coming through for a bit. I know for those that came in now, just before the end, I know it wasn't planned to be a long one, but yeah, definitely tomorrow again, same time. I'll try to send out the stream notification a bit early, so you can see it on your feed if you are subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, I recommend you do, because then you'll see exactly 30 minutes before the stream goes live, you get a notification. So if you are subscribed, you will get a notification that I'll be going live in 30 minutes, so you can like see, okay, cool, this guy's going live, so you can see. Or you can also just check my channel as well. Under live, you can see the upcoming events, then you'll see it's gonna come up there. So yeah, have a good night, have a good day, everybody. Be on the grind again. Like I said, the season is wild, so if you agree with me, leave a like on the stream, and I'll see you tomorrow same time. Cheers, everybody.